Yep. I was just telling Rob, I went on downdetector.com, and apparently Discord has had a lot of troubles this afternoon.
So once again, we apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe. Yeah, we need better day. Good times. Episode 46, Monday, full moon. All the good things.
That's right. What do most people say on a full moon? Oh, look, that's so pretty. This is a beautiful night. What do EMS and fire say on a full moon? Son of a...
Yeah. All the crazies will be out tonight. Oh, man. I can't type. Go ahead. Watch on Twitch as I misspell words. Anyway, yeah. Hello and welcome to the Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge. My name is Bill Kelly, Hornswoggle the Great, and with me on the council I have today...
Jingo the Fool, Rob Marzen. Still in a daze from dinner. I just finished eating and I'm trying not to slide into a food coma.
Excellent.
And Rob the Blacksmith. I'm recovering from a Scottish Rite reunion this weekend, and it was very well done, but it takes a lot out of you.
All right. Are you also broadcasting us through Twitch, Rob, or through
No, I didn't have time to set that up,
right.
But, I could.
It's up to you. I can only beg. You're the one that is actually doing Well, what is it, 5 on Twitch? If you get 5 people to watch you stream, it gives your videos more time. I hate that about Twitch, that I only have 19 subscribers, so my stuff only stays on for 8 days.
If you link your Amazon Prime
I don't have.
to your Twitch account,
Yeah.
it gives you more time, but I canceled Amazon Prime. I don't have that shit anymore.
I can't afford that.
And my broadcast software wants to update, which I'm not going to do right now because that involves a reboot. And
No, we don't want to do that. We were talking. Did you tell him we were talking about Medusa versus Cyclops from Marvel?
No, not yet.
Can she turn him to stone before he obliterates her off the planet? Turns her into ash.
I don't know. The argument would be, they both travel at the speed of light, but she doesn't need to meet his gaze. He just needs to see her.
Oh, I thought she had to... Oh.
No, he just needs to gaze upon her for Medusa.
But as soon as... for one, he's wearing a visor. So does that...
Well, but he's got to be able to see through it. That's what makes him so accurate, is he can just shoot whatever he's looking at.
So I think if he can get off a very powerful round before he turns to stone, he's going to just annihilate her. From a DM point of view.
And then I throw in the science side. What is he actually seeing versus what a normal human sees that she is causing that action on him? So would his sight be more akin to what we would think of for infrared?
I see it as more of a curse. If you look upon the Medusa, you are cursed to be stoned forevermore. And I think, he would be the last person to look on her, because I agree, as he was turning to stone, he would have let forth that first little burst at the speed of light and, mutual destruction.
Yeah.
Because his power relies on him seeing, and that will be his downfall. He can't target her without looking at her.
But she is just... She's done. Once that rattles off, it's over for her. I'm convinced. She's a crispy critter.
But I think the curse, from a purely non-scientific point of view, I think the curse would manifest regardless of what kind of sight you gazed upon her with.
Yeah.
Even scrying, or like far-seeing or remote viewing.
No, because if you remember, she was defeated by him looking at his, or at least in Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans.
Yes, he used the reflection in the mirror. Her reflection won't turn you to stone.
Oh, that's
only gazing upon her.
You have to do.
And so scrying upon her would also be akin to,
a reflection.
A reflection of sorts.
That makes sense.
Magically reproduced image.
Because I couldn't tell you what the rules are through all of the editions of D&D for Medusa.
Oh, I'm sure it changes. So you just have to go with how you think it works. But
it's the same thing with a basilisk. Would he be?
Well, the basilisk is specifically a gaze. This basilisk has to gaze upon you to turn you to stone.
So how many shots could he get off before the guy?
It would only take one.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't miss. And
no,
this is why I tell you, I say Cyclops is the baddest of the X-Men. There was an episode where they were being attacked by Mastermind, the illusionist. And the Mastermind made all of the other X-Men see Scott Summers as if he was the Phoenix. And so the whole team came after him. And he beat them all. By just being the Boy Scout, by spending all his spare time in the training room, by studying everybody on his team. He knew exactly what they were going to do and how they were going to do it and used it against them. Beat every single one of them. Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm, all of them. Because he's Cyclops. He's the baddest of the baddest.
You don't get to be the leader for, just showing up and pretending to work. You get it.
Which was my issue with the movies, is they chose somebody that was way too young. Cyclops should have been somebody in his 40s.
Yeah.
The grizzled veteran.
If they're going to do a 60s movie, he should be younger.
They should all be younger. That's the movie I'm hoping Marvel is going to do, is the period piece.
Well, they did it with Fantastic Four, which we didn't think.
I haven't seen it yet, but
I haven't either.
Hoping to catch it on Disney before my subscription lapses, because I canceled it.
I am a huge Fantastic Four fan, and they've made movies, and I have seen 2 of them. And the
movies were okay. They weren't great. They weren't awful. Except for that reimagined Fantastic Four thing. Somebody's funky, fresh Fantastic Four take, whatever you want to call it. That movie wasn't a bad movie, but it was not even remotely a Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, that's... Because... You have to also have somebody super young being... They keep... Like Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. They got Nicolas Cage. Dude, Johnny's like 25. What are you doing? I mean, it's not Nick's talent or range or anything. He is too fucking old. He is like 20, 30 years too old to be Johnny Blaze. And same kind of thing with the... Now, the new guy for Johnny Storm... the Human Torch, he actually looks younger until you see him talk a whole bunch, and then you're like, oh, this guy's probably like 35. What's going on here?
I do want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
That's just my take.
If you saw the last Deadpool movie, Johnny Storm from the other Fantastic Four movies made a cameo.
What's his name? He's
Chris
also
Evans.
yeah,
Chris Evans.
Captain America.
Well, they led you on to believe it right up until he went flame on. Then you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Even he was a little... That script captured what it was like to be around them every day in the Baxter building. So it's like each one of these movies captured a different aspect of the original story that we were given. And if we can do a revamp, well then do the years that the Thing leaves and She-Hulk joins them for a while, because Ben goes off on his own. Did I lose you guys again?
Yeah, nope. We're here. I'm listening.
But, they keep talking, oh, revamp it. If you want to more, just do that. Do the years where, I don't remember the episode numbers.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what, a lot of superhero movies failed because the true fans, the comic book fans, are going to dissect how canon your movie is. Even if, Marvel was smart enough to say, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not the comic books. It's going to parallel the comic books in a lot of way. Yeah. And I think they were fairly faithful to the spirit of the comics. I don't think they really ruined any of the characters in their casting or portrayals.
Yeah.
Some of them could have been better, but I think they've been fairly faithful.
Well, you also have to, keep things in a 50-year perspective. That they made a Spider-Man movie in the 70s, Captain America, and they tried to make a Fantastic Four movie, and it was made, and they've leaked.
Buried it, yes.
Yeah, and it's gone. But what they also... Dolph Lundgren's Punisher isn't really the Punisher. It's like a movie with the Punisher in it.
Thomas Jane's Punisher
was actually really
good. It was a really good Punisher.
John Travolta was a good bad guy. He was believable. It was a harken back to Broken Arrow or Face Off, where Travolta's okay as a hero, or even Swordfish. Swordfish is one of my favorite Travolta movies because when he's in charge of Hugh Jackman and running the show, he's strong and he's a leader and he's charismatic and all that. But when he's on the phone with his supervisor, he's practically crying. So I really love the dichotomous aspect of his villain, that he was actually human. I've changed who I am. What did he say? I've changed my identity so many times, I don't even know who the hell I am anymore. Sorry. Swordfish. See it. It's a good movie.
But yeah, that's the thing with comic book movies is you have to respect the source material at a level that, even, people forgave a lot of the liberties that the Lord of the Rings took. But the Lord of the Rings as a book cannot be made into a movie. Yeah. It just cannot.
No, like you said, it'd be like 70...
It's not structured to be a movie. It's just not. Yeah.
Well,
and, a lot of medium, comic books at least are visual, and so they translate much better to movies.
Yeah. One of the biggest mistakes, comic to movie, and I have a copy of it up here on the shelf because Howard the Duck was more of like a goof comic than it was ever taken seriously, but it became popular, and Howard but then they ended up making the movie, and it was something that, you had so many other titles that you could have made, but you picked Howard the Duck. And apparently Industrial Light and Magic sunk a lot of money into it. And unfortunately, all the special effects were really great.
I didn't mind the movie. I actually saw it in the theater.
Did you really?
Yeah, while I was in Germany. And it was the only movie at the movie theater. We had a one-screen theater on base. And if you wanted to see a movie, you saw what was playing.
Yeah, you didn't.
And, we spent a lot of time in the field. So if a movie you wanted to see came while you weren't there, you weren't seeing it. I didn't see Wonder Return of the Jedi until 1988 because I was in the field when it came through.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see it
Nope.
for years after the movie
For 5
came out.
years.
I still haven't seen Pink Floyd The Wall.
I've seen most of it. It's good. And I've seen them in concert. They were good.
The only time I had the opportunity to see it was on a television. I was like, no, I want to see this movie in a movie theater. Sooner or later, they're going to, bring it back for a screening, and I will go see it.
Howard the Duck was fun, but it was not received well by the fans. I mean, it was all right. It's Howard the Duck. I had a lot of the comics. But they could have done so many other... The problem is with Marvel, it's like anything you do, it ends up being super fantastic and heavy special effects. Even Captain America.
Yes, it does.
Because you got to have the right look for the Red Skull. The makeup on Hugo Weaving was just brilliant. I mean, they really captured...
That is my favorite Marvel movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the first Avenger. They nailed the feel of the time, the propaganda, the rah-rah, over-the-top patriotism, all of it. The, eager optimism.
I hate Captain America, and I sat down and watched that movie on Netflix really wanting to hate it, and yeah, it's up there in the top 5. I really enjoy... I mean, yes, Haley Atwell, but we can put that in a side category, but...
Yes, Agent Carter.
Mm-hmm. So
the TV show was awesome.
But the movie was very well done. The setup, the foreshadowing, the pacing, you spent enough on his struggles, but it wasn't overemphasized to the point where you're like, okay, yes, he's tiny and he gets beat up all the time. Can we move on? It was shown to you happening live and then explained to you after the fact and I got beat up in that alley and in that alley and in front of that store and that, because, well, yeah, shorter guys have it rough. Not all big guys are nice. Some of them are dicks. And if they can, they will. But it was just an all-star cast. Tommy Lee Jones is great. It just had... And it sets up Bucky and that whole... The Winter Soldier and everything.
The Winter Soldier was an amazing movie as well.
That I have not... I have so many Marvel movies I haven't seen.
Oh, yes.
I'm still watching the first Avengers, because I haven't seen the second one. Got to get that. So
I've seen all of them. The only one I haven't seen is the Fantastic Four. And while I am not so much a DC fan as I am a Marvel fan, the latest Superman movie was outstanding.
Really?
Yes, outstanding.
Is it wrong that I just want to see it for Nathan Fillion? Want to see Captain Mal, but it's Guy Gardner, the biggest dick in the...
Yeah, Guy Gardner, and he's an ass at one point. And see, this is Superman when he's only been Superman for a couple of years. And he's still kind of learning what it means to be Superman. And it's not in a world where, oh, look, a superhero all of a sudden. It's a world where, superheroes have been around for a while, and the presence of superheroes is taken for granted. It's a different vibe. It's definitely the DC universe, the new DC universe.
Everyone goes full bore on the golden age of Marvel because the large majority of that cast is still around today. I mean, even some of them that have been killed off have been resurrected, like Nova.
Yeah, I think that's the DC. What their problem was they, without a clear vision, they tried to follow the Marvel universe, and the Snyder cut and all of that nonsense. There were some decent bits in there, but it was not coherently put together, and so rebooting was the right thing, and I think they found the right guy in James Gunn.
They may have. have learned all of my DC from watching YouTube and Wikipedia, but you do have characters Wildcat. He is there before Superman, before Batman, and he's like a boxer brawler that ends up putting on a costume and becoming a vigilante. He's like Black Canary's mentor. He teaches her how to fight and how to work on her bike and all the other, because even in the animated series, he starts fighting for money because he joins the JLA, but he's in his late 50s. They don't really take him seriously anymore.
In this Superman, there's no JLA. The Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl and Mr. Terrific have a kind of a loose coalition that, they haven't decided on a name, but I think Justice Gang was floated around. But Superman wasn't part of that. It was just mostly those three. And I really think that, Mr. Terrific really stole that movie.
Oh, right.
He was awesome.
He's one of those heroes he's like Daredevil.
Daredevil is my all-time favorite hero.
Yeah, he's so awesome because the best thing that happened for him was his revamp in the 80s by Frank Miller, because he was really losing popularity until that started happening. Because I at one point my comic that was worth the most is Daredevil and Elektra versus Dr. Octopus, because they're like doing something and all of a sudden they just kind of it's New York, they run their paths cross, and now all of a sudden now the two of them are fighting him, and he's used to taking on Spider-Man, which Daredevil's strong and amazing and fast, but Spider-Man is much stronger.
Spider-Man is an A-list. Spider-Man holds a unique position in the Marvel cosmos, in that he is an A-list hero in the Marvel ranks, but he is still a street-level superhero.
And he's a teenager on top of that.
And, well, I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of changed that up a bit, and that they're pushing him to be part of this Avengers team. And Spidey never did bite on being part of a team. He teamed up.
Oh, yeah. Marvel team. Well, I've ranted about this before. Rob's sick of hearing about it. Marvel Team Up, that whole series is how they should have introduced the Marvel Universe to people that don't know anything about Marvel. But Spidey almost joins the Fantastic Four because he's already at the Baxter Building. He's already in the scientific community. But even Reed Richards and Peter Parker talk about it, and they're like, can't really be in the Fantastic Four because you weren't up in the rocket with us. You got your powers on your own. And he can't join the X-Men because he's an altered human. He's not a mutant. And he helps the Avengers out. He teams up with them. He's completely involved in the Secret Wars in the mid-'80s, the mid to the late 80s.
Yes, he was.
His suit just gets annihilated, and that's where the Black Cat, the Venom, first appears.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But you kind of coined it exactly, because he's got all the strength of a heavy hitter. He could be in the Avengers or the Defenders or any of those
all
groups.
About New York.
Hell's Kitchen.
So he's top tier street level, where he is guarding a whole city, the biggest city in the world, which is a pretty big thing. Whereas Daredevil is worried about his neighborhoods. He's a much lower level. But the difference with him is that Daredevil's senses, his perception, are his only superpowers. He's not superhuman in strength or dexterity or agility. All of that is taught.
Yeah.
Same with Captain America. If you look in the handbook of the Marvel Universe, it will tell you that Captain America and Cyclops and Daredevil are at the peak of physical human conditioning. They are as strong and as fast as a human can get, but they're still human. The cinematic universe versions of Captain America, no, he can do some things that humans can't do. Captain America, comic book Captain America, can't leap from an airplane with his shield.
No, he'd probably survive, but he can't when he bounces.
Survive is one thing, but he'd be on a stretcher for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Well, same, like, it's interesting, the street for the JLA, the great majority of them are street level, but they're spread out across America. So you have Flash over here, and you had, Green Arrow, and it's kind of the same way with the boroughs. Luke Cage protects Harlem. Iron Fist does he's like Manhattan. And then you've got the Heroes for Hire, which is Colleen Wing and a bunch of the other. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they work with Luke, and they're basically like vigilantes for hire. It's interesting that they haven't done Luke Cage earlier, because that would be such an easy sell, because you would totally hook the Bible community. Because the whole story is Luke versus snakes. Every single one of his villains. Cottonmouth, Diamondback, Constrictor.
Yeah.
They're all snakes.
I thought they did well with that with the
they did
TV
good.
series.
They did. They really did.
And I would really like to see Mike Coulter come back and be Power Man again.
Him or Michael Jai White are like perfect for Luke Cage. That's why it's like, okay, you picked him for Luke. And get Michael J. White to play. Well, they already picked a good.
Unpopular opinion time.
Huh.
I want to see him bring back what's his name is Danny Rand. A lot of people didn't like him.
Finn Jones? Dude, you're not going to find. No. I think he did a great job.
Some people were like, well, why couldn't you cast an Asian? Because the rich white boy fish out of water. The rich white boy fish out of water whole element falls apart. I mean, if you're going to make him Asian, don't make him Danny Rand. He's not the only Iron Fist in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
He's not the only one to have, carried the Iron Fist.
No.
Go with somebody else if you didn't want him. I thought he captured the entitled white boy and the fish out of water perfectly. I wish he could have had some more martial arts training before filming, because in the first season, his martial arts was painful to watch.
As an artist, dude, you're not going to get Donnie Yu or Bruce Lee, and especially a white guy with green eyes and blonde hair. He did great. You're not going to find somebody that looks like they trained in a Shaolin temple from the time they were 10 to the time. When's Danny come back? He's like 25. So 15 years he's in Thung Lung or whatever. I can't remember. And before he gets the fist. And then when he comes back, and some of the best stuff is he is super fluent in Chinese. And that's like watching the videos of the dude that goes in and orders off the menu. And all the people in the restaurant are like, whoa! When he starts speaking like he's from wherever. And that's, that and the martial arts. Yeah, he didn't get that right. Yeah, you're not going to get that right. But you know what? He did great. And especially...
He did good enough.
They very well put together how Danny and Luke meet. And they're not friends at first. They don't.
No, they're not. But I really thought the actress that played Colleen Wing and the actress that played Misty Knight, they really carried that show.
Yeah, they did a good job. And Rosario Dawson is the night nurse.
Yes, I thought. Pardon me. I thought all of the Netflix Marvel stuff was well done.
All of the Defenders, Jessica.
I never finished the second season of Jessica Jones. I got about halfway through it.
It was really well done. I can't stand Kristen Stewart in Breaking Bad, but she's amazing as Jessica Jones. It's like Mila Kunis. oh my God, she's so beautiful and talented and amazing and just great. And oh my God, Jackie's so fucking annoying. I can't, Michael. So yeah, you can have that in the same world, and it's okay. The other thing too is all of the villains were very well done. They didn't do enough backstory with Iron Fist, but they were way busy putting into.
My argument is almost all of the villains were very well done. The villain in the second half of the first season of Luke Cage, Diamondback, was not well done.
And totally not like the comic book, but that's okay.
Totally not like the comic book.
No.
I didn't see the whole point. It was almost like Marshall Ali said, you know what? I'm about halfway through this shit. I want out.
I'm going to be Blade. I don't have time to be Cottonmouth anymore. What? I'm not going to be Blade? Hey, can I be Cottonmouth again? No, we killed you. Because Cottonmouth is a recurring villain in Luke Cage. He's a pain in the ass. Every time he gets out of Rikers or whatever, he's... Or...
I think they missed a great opportunity, though. You guys talked about the team-up. And I think that they should have... They still have the chance. I think they should have taken it kind of like Hill Street Blues, in that you have a core, but you bring these folks in, and you bring them in for an extended period. You let the characters develop, and then those characters become something that you can carry into the films, or you can expand on the television programs. But with there being a core and you're using the team-up option, you get the opportunity to bring in characters that otherwise, except for hardcores, nobody knows. Nobody knows a lot of these. They may be Class A heroes in strength and intelligence and capacity, but they didn't take off like the core group. And if you bring them in and you have them, for the next 5 issues, the next 5 episodes on Netflix are going to include this character coming in, because now 2 of our core characters have stumbled across this event. They recognize this person, and we're all fighting to achieve the same end. And now you get that opportunity, because then you're going to see, Power. I want Power Man. I want Iron Fist back. I want this character. I want that character to be here. Boom.
The best for Marvel Team Up is the fact of what you just said, and also they've kind of already done it with the animated Batman series, The Brave and the Bold, where there's a situation, Batman gets involved, there's another hero already involved in this. Oh, hey, let me help you. Or a lot of what happens with Spider-Man and Daredevil don't fight when they meet. It's, oh, hey, oh, you're here. It's not, they're not territorial. It's that they all share New York, and most of them share villains. The Kingpin is just as much a pain in the ass to Spider-Man as he is Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, he was Spider-Man's villain to begin with.
So you already, and even I'll go one step even further into Pixar, Disney. You have that moment in the very beginning of the very first Incredibles where Frozone, Elastigirl, and Mr. Incredible are just in the city and their paths cross. Hey, it's a bus robbery. I got time for that. And then he goes to get the guy, and Elastigirl comes out of nowhere, and they start banter and flirting. That's pretty much Marvel Team Up. And then all of a sudden she leaves and Frozone comes out of nowhere. Hey, don't you have somewhere to be? That's not that far from what what Marvel Team Up
within the community, they're all going to know each other.
There's Spider-Man and Daredevil, Spider-Man and Moon Knight, Spider-Man and you're not going to run into.
Without spoiling it, I'll say I like the way they played with Clark Kent as a secret identity in the new Superman movie.
Oh,
I won't go into details. You just have to go watch it.
Okay. We've seen with Smallville and Gotham and all that.
Gotham is my favorite TV show.
It was so well done. Oh, you got the. Yes. It was really, really well done. I only saw like the first 2 seasons of it. But the guy playing Penguin was great. The fact that
Got his autograph.
Oh, you did? That's awesome. You got to meet him?
Yeah, a few years ago, I got to meet him. Yes.
The fact that they got Carol Kane to be his mother, and just
and Pee Wee Herman to be his father.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes, Paul Rubens was his father
On the show?
Yes.
I'll have to watch it again, I guess. Because I saw it when he kills the one guy. He's in the car, and that's when he gets the limp, where he has to run away, and they make fun of him, and they tell him he runs like a penguin. And he gets all mad at him, and they give him beer.
Oh, yeah.
That's really early
Him
on.
and the Riddler, his storyline, Ed Nigma.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take you on a ride.
There's a lot of... Going back to my thing where Hollywood doesn't do it right. They could make a lot more money if they reuse the sets for the same movie done with different casts and different directors. People would go and see it. If you said, like I was making the joke that, okay, we're going to have like Michael Biehn be Batman, we'll have Robin Williams be the Joker, and there's your first movie, and then you could have Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, but then you could also have Clint Eastwood and Jeff Goldblum's going to be the Joker this time. And you could do, you only get this much money each director to do that movie. And I think people would go see all three. I would totally go see all three. But I'm a giant dork, so. Because the fact that Robin Williams was going to be the Joker. Jack did a great job, but Robin fucking Williams is the
I don't think that was the villain in Batman's Rogues Gallery that would have suited him the best.
Well, then they came to him with the Riddler, and he almost was the Riddler too, which I think that would have been pretty good too. Which one do you want him to be?
That's tough. I think he would have made a great Hugo Strange.
Really? Yeah. Oh, Batman. Because, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. He could.
And I think he could have done a good Penguin, but he would have done what Kevin Spacey did with Superman Returns and started channeling Burgess Meredith the way Kevin Spacey channeled. Kevin Spacey, that was his finest performance of Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. Because that's what he was doing. He was doing Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor.
Gene Hackman
Gene Hackman played Lex Luthor, yes.
Gene Hackman played Gene Hackman as Lex.
Yes. And Kevin Spacey played Lex Luthor as Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor.
See, I would have liked, you guys just made me think about this. I would have loved to have seen Robin Williams play Batman and Jonathan Winters playing his butler.
They'll never get out of the cave. It'll just be guffaws. It'll be like 2 hours of them just doing voices and silly, goofy characters.
Turn them loose. It's, let the Joker come in, and the Joker would be crying in the corner, either from laughing too much or he couldn't keep up with their banter.
They picked Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Batman and Robin movie to be Mr. Freeze. And
he wasn't the first choice.
It wasn't Bruce Willis the first choice, if I remember correctly?
No.
Which he would have done awesome.
No. The first choice was Patrick Stewart.
Ooh, that's actually okay. I was going to suggest somebody that I think that would be fucking awesome, and I'm going.
Patrick Stewart would have been menacing as Mr. Reed.
Yeah, he would have. And how much,
Schwarzenegger played him as comic relief,
That was a Schumacher let Warner Brothers really take control of that and turn it into a neon 1966 nightmare acid trip. But I think that Jeffrey Combs, the Reanimator, would be a stellar Mr. Freeze. I think that he could pull off the accent. I think that he would really get into the character. I mean, I absolutely love him in The Frighteners. He gets no credit for how amazing his bizarre character was. You're violating my territorial bubble. And he's just a great actor. I want to see, I want someone to write a movie where Dan Castellaneta and Jeffrey Combs are brothers or cousins, and they just fucking hate each other. And, it's like Indian Summer or whatever. They have to go to reunions, and oh my God, Steve's here. Distract Carl,
I still want to see a Batman film done in that true film noir, dark manner. I would really love to see
it's
that.
Already
Lose
that
the
way.
campy.
The Batman, the one with Rob Pattinson, was actually done very well. But that was like him still trying to learn. He's only been Batman for a short time. He hasn't really figured out that he also needs to be Bruce Wayne to distract from his Batman habits. And some of the cool Batman shit he tries ends up getting him hurt because he's not Batman yet.
I am the Knight.
The one place that movie stumbled, and I think this is studio interference, is the scene at the end where, you have to save the city. He's like, no, that wasn't a story where you had to save the city. That whole end thing felt tacked on.
Yeah. But I love The Shadow. I've always loved The Shadow. I grew up on The Shadow. The movie itself, I thought was the idea and the premise was pretty good. I was disappointed because it played too campy.
There you go.
If they had played it much straighter in many ways, I would have enjoyed it more. It wasn't a blockbuster. It has its following, but I don't know if they could have played it. I had an envision in my mind that it should be closer to Chinatown than it was to what it was.
The problem with The Shadow is they went too far with it's based on a radio program. Dude, this was the #1 fucking show. You don't understand what The Shadow had to go through to survive into the modern day. Yeah. Like he's been revamped in the 90s. Like there was a reason we had the whole let's take these 30 and 40s.
If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be a Batman.
Nope.
Exactly. And the Phantom and all of those original characters.
The Spider.
Were what built these other ones. And if you're going to do it, they were serious. Serious. They were comic strips, comic books, and radio plays, but they were intended to be serious. The funniest part of those were because it was brought to you by Blue Anthracite, the funniest part of the whole program was brought to you by Blue Anthracite.
Coal.
Coal. You have to use the coal from Blue Anthracite.
Yeah, which was in the very beginning of the whole thing. They could do... I agree, because you cast Tim Curry as a villain. This could have been really great, but you kind of turned him into a character from Johnny Dangerously. Halfway through the movie, he's just he's goofy. He's not even you're not even menacing funny. And it's Tim Curry, one of the biggest talents in Hollywood. It's completely wasted. And
that's right. You don't want
Tim Curry. Well, there's so many roles that Tim Curry did that, got overlooked.
I want the Tim Curry from Legend
to
play the bad guy. I don't want I don't want Frankenfurter as the bad guy.
No. Yeah. I want the manic energy of Clue because it's focused, not just this manic like you said, Frankenfurter, anywhere where he's just showing off.
Yes.
It's like,
Clue is great. I buttle.
I buttle, sir. The butler is, yeah. Communism is a red herring.
No, my favorite. Well, there's two. Was a really bad remake of McHale's Navy
Yeah.
with Tom Arnold, and Tim Curry was the bad guy in that movie, and he was the one shining in. But the one role he gets really overlooked for, he was in the finest pirate movie ever made as Long John Silver.
And the Muppet
Treasure Island, the
Yeah!
best pirate movie ever made.
Yeah, he was great. Well, he's great. It's like Tim Curry was great. Well, that's just
I'm a big Muppet
that's
nerd.
me too. We'll have to cast movies as Muppets later. We already were working on.
Oh my
I was
god!
going to say, there you go. The ultimate Muppets Batman, and you need to have a Muppets Avengers.
For
I have to
Muppets,
insult both houses.
Yeah.
I have to get the DP pissed, and I have to get the folks pissed off on the
for me,
on the Marvel side.
for Muppet Batman, Fozzie Bear would be Batman, and Kermit the Frog would be Robin, and Sam the Eagle would be Alfred. You're all weirdos. Go get them, sir. Master Bruce. Go get them. I would
make Scooter into Robin, and I would make Kermit Commissioner Gordon.
Ooh,
I would make
okay, that's
Gonzo
better.
Batman.
Gonzo, I don't know, because half of me wants to put him as the Penguin, and he could constantly make, well, I've already got the nose. You know, he could make that joke through the whole movie. And then only, like, kids would get it because it's like, well, originally he had, you know. Oh, God, I don't know who I would... Because Mad Harry, the guy that blows everything up, that's too easy for the Joker. He's more like the Creeper, if anything.
Sweetums. Who would you have Sweetums? Because you got to have Sweetums. Sweetums has got to be there.
I think I'd maybe make him Alfred.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Or Bane. Oh, I'm sorry, I took a job. I gotta break your neck. Bane not name, Bane job. I'm there. Because you gotta have some real people.
The Joker. I don't know. The Swedish Chef.
You know, you could have Swedish Chef would be good, or I was thinking Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem could be the Joker and his entire gang.
And this is all of them. Because Dr. Bunsen Honeydew is definitely going to be Mr.
Hugo
Freeze.
Strange.
Oh, that's a good one, too. God, who did I put?
Beaker could be Mr. Freeze.
He's in the... What did he say? I don't understand him. Can you open your thing? No, when he opens his thing, he dies. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We could get in a lot of trouble with that.
That would be very funny.
I want to see a movie you wouldn't expect be Muppetized. You know, like Interview with the Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire. We're going to do a whole series. We're going to do the North and the South with Muppets. Yeah, that's not something you expect. Oh, we're going to get phone calls. Okay.
Or the Magnificent Seven with Muppets.
Ooh. That would be good, too. Or the Guns of Navarone. Okay. And all the chickens are going to be the Nazis. Especially that one scene where they string the piano wire and the guy's sitting up on the top of the tank and his head gets cut off when the procession goes by. All the chickens could see that and flip out and run in every direction. Was another good one. Casablanca. That's too easy, though, because that's Kermit and Piggy. Sherlock Holmes.
Well, they already have a Sherlock Holmes analog on Sesame Street.
Oh, they do. That's right.
Sherlock Hemlock.
Sherlock Hemlock. The worst
Some of
crime.
my favorite Muppets come from
Sesame Street. Well, the worst crime now is
Grover, Guy
Grover.
Smiley.
Guy Smiley. Yeah.
Who was a magician? There was a magician too.
Yeah.
And he used to say, I love peanut butter
and
sandwiches.
jelly sandwiches.
Yes.
Was it like Mandrake or I can't remember his name. You're right, though. I remember that. Well, I just posted the typewriter with wheels. It would drive all over the place. Ooh, and teach you words. There's no, they should really make a live-action movie, but CGI people slowly turning into Muppets as the thing goes to the end. But it's all based on Grover's customer. The bald guy with the mustache. Waiter, there's a fly in my soup. And he's always the customer at the dry cleaner. Whatever Grover's doing, this guy is always the customer. They just do a movie like, what was it, Nice Guy or whatever, with Ryan Reynolds, where he goes against his programming in the video game, and even though he's an NPC, he starts playing like a player. I think it's called Nice Guy.
I'll have to check that out.
It's really funny. Well, he's just, he's going through his mundane thing, and there's a bank robbery, and there's these sunglasses on the ground, and he looks at them because they're weird looking, and when he puts them on, now he's a player, even though he's an AI NPC in the video game. So he's like talking to because he has a program that he follows, and picking up the glasses allows him to. Free Guy. It's called Free Guy. That's what it's called, I think.
So I had no idea what that movie was about until now.
Yeah. It's a cutesy, like the Lego movie, or hey, if I just believe in myself, I can win. We need more of those nowadays.
Speaking of recent movies, I saw one Wednesday night that was a decent horror movie. Had good suspense, had a few jump scares, wasn't particularly gory.
Oh.
It was called Weapons.
Oh, do tell. A lot of buzz on that.
Basically, the beginning premise is that at 2:17 in the morning on a particular day, all of the children from one particular classroom got up and left their house and were disappeared. All except for one. One kid, came to school the next day, and shit gets weirder from there. I can't go into it without spoiling things, but
fair enough.
Had a lot of actors that were alumni of Marvel products.
Really?
It had Victor Wong, who played Wong in the
Doctor Strange and
Doctor Strange movies. Of course, it had Josh Brolin in it, who has been
Thanos and
Cable and Thanos.
Cable.
Yes.
He's kind of perfect for Cable. He's like Hugh Jackman for Wolverine. That's kind of a good fit. Even though Wolverine is too pretty and too tall in all of the movie. He's 5'3". I guess there's a variant in one of the Deadpool movies that they go and there's an actual 5'3".
In the last Deadpool, in the last Deadpool movie, there's
it's like that's how fucking tall he should be.
Yes, they're all variants.
Ooh, he's a short guy.
All of the variants in the third movie.
He's been a short guy since 1984. Yeah.
But also Alden Ehrenreich, who was Han Solo in the Solo movie, was also in Ironheart.
Really?
As Obadiah Stane's son. Yes.
Oh. Obadiah Stane.
And he was in the movie. And then
Jeff
the
Bridges
woman the woman that played the main protagonist in the movie, she was the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four.
Oh, the new Fantastic Four was a woman. Well, there is a woman, but it happens like way later. Oren Rand Oren Oh, fuck.
I know who you're talking about.
The first guy. Yeah, he wasn't Galactus's first. There were many other heralds before him.
Firelord.
Yeah, they either escaped or they pissed him off and he destroyed him. Galactus does whatever the hell he wants. Until a bigger fish shows up. Or Reed Richards appears on the scene.
Bluffs him with the ultimate nullifier.
Well, I have the ultimate nullifier. That's not going to work. How do you know? Yeah. I love the Fantastic Four. Here's the most fantastic scientist on the planet. How does he win? Bullshit. The power of con, kids. Learn it. The Fantastic Four is an excellent dynamic. It's a good, fire, earth, air, water, elemental story. They all fit there. Sue's constantly trying to make peace. Johnny's a hothead. Ben keeps getting pissed. Reed disappears into the passion of science. Then Dr. Doom shows up. Reed Richards, what? Say how you're that I'm smarter than you. Oh, all right, Doom, you're smarter than me. No, mean it. All right, I mean it.
And then there's The Incredibles, which was basically a reskinned Fantastic Four.
Pretty much. But, well done. Because...
I think it was on purpose. But that movie touched on every superhero trope that could be touched on.
Yeah. The Incredibles is a brilliant copy, because there was even a television show where they were basically the Fantastic Four, where the dad, who was Michael Chiklis, actually, who played the Thing, got super strength. The mom had super speed. I can't remember what the daughter did, but the son became a genius. That was his superpower. But the Incredibles did it neat because no one's like super smart. They're all just people. Syndrome, the super smart guy, is the bad guy. Or the other super smart guy you meet, or woman, is Edna Mode, and she's more of the eccentric genius, esoteric tinker than she is. She's not a villain. Not really.
No, she's not a villain, no.
She acts like one.
And she's based on a real person, Edith Head.
Is she really? That's... oh, darling.
Edith Head, who is a Hollywood costume designer.
Yeah. Milan, darling. The best is nobody could get the voice right, so Brad Bird is like, I'll do it myself.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm a big fan of his movies. I thought the Iron Giant, I took my kids to see it in the theater, despite the fact that Warner Brothers didn't promote it at all. It was the only movie I've ever been to where the audience stood up and applauded at the end.
It's a beautiful movie.
The end of that movie was just that powerful.
It's up there with
one
E.T.
person stood up and everybody else just felt like they had to. It was an amazing movie.
It's up there with Shane. Come back, Shane. Kid, he can't hear you. He's dead. They're going to go get his body as soon as you go back in the house. Yeah. He's done a couple others, too. But The Incredibles... I just watched a video on YouTube, and the person that made the video was totally right, where Incredibles 2 is kind of just a repackaging of the first one, where the rules are switched.
It let me down a little bit. I'm hoping that the third one will come back, if there is a third one.
The best thing they could have done, because you spent all of this time working on it, and you cared enough to leave it all on the second disc. I was really hoping that Incredibles 2 was going to be 40 to 60% flashbacks. Because that's all they talk about, and they'll be, Baron Violent and this guy, and you get to see them in their heyday, but that didn't happen. They only do one or two flashbacks, and that's it. You get to see Phyronic, finally, because they mention him by name, and he's standing there with the brother and sister's father, and they have the special phone that they're supposed to call when bad stuff happens. But they don't really...
Now, one thing that movie did right, and the new Superman movie does it as well, is they didn't give you an origin story. In the new Superman movie, at the beginning narration, there was basically, all right, this many years ago, the first superhuman appeared. And then this many years ago, so on and so forth. And then this year, 3 years ago, Clark Kent, or not Clark Kent, but, Superman debuted. 3 days ago, and then 3 hours ago, and then boom, you start the movie. And, you got like a 5-minute synopsis, and it didn't even really cover, his origin story, just kind of a little brief history of the last century as it pertains to superheroes.
That's kind of, but you don't need to keep redoing the origin story.
Exactly.
That's the same thing with Batman. He doesn't have an origin story.
We all know
every
how
issue
he got
in his
Batman.
We all know.
Yeah, we all know. That's what I liked about the Batman, the Pattinson movie, is they didn't go into how he became Batman, but
You
they
already
jumped
know.
into.
Yeah. You already know. You already know how, like Spider-Man, great power, great responsibility. Uncle Ben is the only character in Marvel that doesn't come back to life. And, well, I think that they're in a hurry to repackage a great story to a new generation without just let it be a great story. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change it. It's fine. But that's not going to happen. They're going to touch it. Oh, we should change this. We should make this. We should turn this. We'll make Aunt May 50 years old instead of 82. What?
We'll cast a hottie as Aunt May. And
yeah. It's how she should be, how she is in the Sam Raimi movies and the, oh my God, the 80s cartoon and the 60s cartoon just hit the nail on that. Oh, that's scary Spider-Man, and I'm not going outside because he'll just show up and attack me. Aunt May, that Spider-Man doesn't attack people unless they're bad. No, J. Jonah Jameson said. Because she's in that.
I do like the fact that regardless of who makes the Spider-Man movie, the same actor, J.K. Simmons, is like
J. Jonah.
He was J. Jonah in the Tobey Maguire stuff. He was J. Jonah in the second guy stuff, and he was J. Jonah again.
He's not angry enough. That's how perfect he is. They toned him down for the movies. Well, other than that, that's how J. Jonah Jameson is in the cartoons and the comics and the. I want some pictures of Spider-Man right now. Where's that lazy Parker? Where's that Brock? He's just a dick. You don't want to work for him.
But yeah, and he's such a great actor because he played a counselor on Law and Order for so many years that was like absolutely unlike that character.
Yeah. I would have had, he's perfect, but a runner-up honestly would have been Terry Quinn. I think he would have done a great job as J. Jonah too. The problem is that they usually give him a bit more like, well, I mean, in the Rocketeer movie, he played Howard Hughes. In the show Lost, he was Locke.
Rocketeer was a near perfect movie too.
Rocketeer is just, I watch it again at least twice a year. That's how good it is. It's right there. It's just, you're like you said, Timothy Dalton is a great villain. The actor Tiny Ron, who plays Luther, he was in Roadhouse. He always plays a giant villain that works for the henchmen. And then, Paul Sorvino plays the mob boss.
Sorvino was in it. Yes, he was the mob boss. He's like, I may be a scumbag, but I'm 100% American.
Which is actually from a Batman, where the Joker gets involved with the Nazis, but he doesn't know that they're Nazis. And they're like trying to move into Gotham, and it gets discovered, it gets revealed, and the Joker is just absolutely furious. And the Nazis are like, "You're a homicidal maniac. Why do you care who we work for?" And that's because I'm an American homicidal maniac. There's a difference, damn it. See, I didn't know that. I found that out on the internet, because that never lies to us. Rob, are you still with us? He's been a silent partner now. He's lurking.
Yes, he has.
I had to step away for a minute. I got a bunch of calls from my Masonic Lodge, and I'm trying to get them off the line.
Don't they get you tomorrow night or the next night? I've got to
get me Wednesday night.
Yeah, I've got to bring the microphone over there, and we should probably set up the cameras and get all ready for Saturday. That is going to be awesome to actually hear it.
Yes.
That is going to be very cool.
Looking forward to it.
Have you gotten them off the phone yet?
I'm wrapping them up now.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Another good one would have been, I'm trying to think who else. I think Arlie Ermy could have been a great J. Jonah Jameson. Well, I mean, he's already kind of done that in like 7. He's their boss. One of the funniest lines ever is he sits down to yell at them and the phone rings at the desk he's sitting on. And he picks up the phone and goes, "This isn't even my desk." And he picks the phone up. Dude, you're a cop. That could be a shooting. Could be a lost kid. 7 was.
I haven't seen that movie.
7?
Yeah,
I highly recommend it.
It was one of those movies. Like I said, I had 3 young children throughout the 90s, and so for most of the 90s, I didn't go to movies that weren't the ones where you could take little kids to. So there was a lot I didn't see that. It's on the short list. I want to see it, but I just haven't had the opportunity.
Okay. There is a lot of controversy surrounding Kevin Spacey, separating his life from his work. I think that 3 or 4 films really stand out. The Usual Suspects, 7, and of course, it's coming up every Christmas, The Ref, which is a Christmas movie with Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey, and
I've seen it.
I love it. I watch it at least once a year because it's just the nightmare Christmas scenario. It's like watching Meet the Parents. You just sit back and enjoy the avalanche because you're on the other mountain. Just, oh, look at that! Ooh, oh, that hurt. Ooh, twisted his spine right up. That's gotta. Yeah. So I enjoy The Ref, but 7 is really, really good. And it's Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Kevin Spacey. And Arlie Ermy is Morgan Freeman and Brad Spitz. He's their boss. He's the head detective or I don't know. So he's barely in it comparatively. Just like Gwyneth Paltrow is barely in it, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of hers, but she plays.
No, I don't like her much.
She plays Brad Pitt's wife. She's in it like 3 times. They go to dinner. I think she calls him once, and then that's it. Because most of it is just you're dealing with the detectives and the murder mystery that's unfolding while they have this nut job running around the city. But it's just very well done. It was, The Usual Suspects is a really good movie. Have you seen that one?
Absolutely.
Good. So it's along that line, except it's not backwards. Like The Usual Suspects is backwards, where they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You're finding the crimes and putting the clues together while the movie is happening in 7. I think that's a good one.
Did you know that on this date in 1922, the entrance to King Tut's tomb was discovered?
Really? That I did not know. I did get the days of the year. It's like Sandwich Day and Homemaker Day and what was the other one?
And apparently it's Dirty Gauzy Old Bandage Day, too, if it was the day we opened up the tomb.
Yeah, that gave everybody the death. Japanese Culture Day, Recreation Day, Tasmania, Smart Home Day. Tomorrow is National Candy Day, National Easy Bake Oven Day, National Use Common Sense Day. Can't support this enough. And, I shit you not, National Chicken Lady Day. Now, they mean women that have chickens, but all I could think of was kids in the hall. Chicken Lady loves life, yeah! Grabbles and grubs, grabbles and grubs. I made you some food. Oh, what is it? It's eggs. Oh, I love eggs. Do you like them? Do you like them? Do you like them? Yes, they're delicious. Straight out of my body and onto your plate. Oh my God, I love the kids in the hall. Chicken Lady loves life. Yeah, you said that in your profile.
Stranger and stranger.
Crushing your head. This is some
The
brilliant
living
comedy.
embodiment of stranger danger in that one.
Oh, yeah. The best is the woman and Scott Thompson play her neighbors. And Dave Foley, tries to interact. And when he goes near the door, they freak out and run away. Ah! It's like the whole foreshadowing of the... Oh! Who's there? Mark McKinney's another one who's all those guys, all 5 of them from that show are brilliant actors. And they've gone on. I mean, Dave Foley was the main actor on News Radio. He was Flick in the Pixar movie Ants. Yeah. Bug's Life. Thank you. No, Ants was Woody Allen and Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. Whoops. Wrong Ant movie. Wrong Bug movie. And then Kevin McDonald's been in fucking everything. The best is the movie Sky High, where it's about I love Sky High. And it's the best is
Hero support.
Hero support. I'm all-American boy. I used to go with your father, the commander. He didn't talk about me? No, I'm sorry. Not at all. Never once. And then Kevin McDonald is the crazy science teacher, and he's got a big head. Ray guns! From the devastation of the death ray to the silliness of the shrink ray. And that's just, his high school class is making ray guns. Oh, that's such a great movie.
I received a package today, and I want to see you guys, if you guys will recognize from whom I obtained this chapeau.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Chris? Or Chad, maybe?
Keep your stick on the ice.
Chris?
And remember,
That's a red green.
That's right. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Duct tape, the handyman's secret weapon. That is awesome.
It is an official. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is actually an official Possum Lodge.
Oh, that's awesome! What is it? Eat clear.
Nice.
They say it in Latin, but it translates to "When in doubt, play dead." That's the motto of the lodge. That's what's written around that in Latin. When in doubt, play dead. The best is, all right, let's all stand up and do the man's prayer. All right. That's right. I'm sorry. I can change if I have to.
I'm a man, I can change if I have to, I guess.
All right. Everybody sit down. Such a brilliant show. I mean, it's very like Green Acres and Hee Haw in a way, which gives it the variety of the vaudevillian aspect to make it palatable that it's lasted for, 50 years now?
Yeah, and it's absolutely 100% Canadian humor, things and ideals. And that's what makes it so much fun for us, because we look at it and we go, I've heard about this. In Arizona, in Phoenix, we've gotten the opportunity to experience in the wintertime.
Yeah. We, in Arizona, today, when it was 89 degrees for a high on November 3rd. Anyway, but we learned red green through PBS. That's where I learned through it from the 90s on.
Yep.
I didn't know about it before. And just brilliance, because you have... It writes itself, because you have all of these established characters, and you have even more characters that are spoken about and never seen on camera. Like they talk about the one moose guy or whatever. The way they describe, the way that Red and Harold and the rest of them describe. I mean, he's not a human. He's like a Sasquatch. Oh yeah, he's like 8 feet tall and he can pick up engines and like that's not normal. Normal people can't do that shit, dude.
And they had guys like Graham Greene on there as returning characters.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. And they did an animated series, and I think they're making new animated versions now, too.
And they did a tour like Kids in the Hall did, where they went all across America. My favorite sequence of the show is when he's in the basement and he's winding up a fishing line. I want to talk to you older guys for a second, or I want to talk to you guys for a second. And he goes on that line, and I kept reposting it, but one of my favorite bits is when he talks about how the way men look at marriage and the way women look at marriage, where he talks about men like cars and like to tinker, but if there's a problem, there's some serious mechanical where women want to dig everything up and analyze it and refertilize it and and that bit is really funny. After 5 years of that, men are looking to trade up. I need to get another vehicle. What are you talking about? We're just going to replant. Nature is catching up with me. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Cover for me, gentlemen.
Oh, no. He's left us in charge.
Yeah. So
I noticed you had a frosty beverage in a mug. Is that a stout you're drinking?
No, actually, this is it's only a soda, but these are mugs that I got from Little John long ago before he passed. He had a protege that was making these, and they're all etched with Mjolnir and then series of runes around the top. I don't have any good stouts right now. I take that back. I have some Guinness in the bottom of the fridge, and I have some Holy Grail Ale, Monty Python's Holy Grail Ale, but I haven't opened any of those to try them. They're a light. I think they're a lighter Pilsner.
Ooh, Pilsner's my favorite kind of beer. I said I don't much drink beer anymore because my liver had to retire, but I do enjoy one once in a while. And, a good stout. I miss a good stout.
Yeah. That's the only beer I've ever liked had been stouts. And I told you guys before, Grandpa was a Pearl beer drinker. And when Pearl was no longer available, Coors was the next greatest thing. So
My dad, it was Coors and Budweiser. But me, I'm on the other end. I would rather pay $12 for a 6-pack of something that's going to taste good. And I do like the pungent, skunky beers in the green bottle. And there's a
yeah.
particular one that is my favorite. My wife and I were in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, and we were in the casino waiting to be let into the Hollywood Theater to see Tom Jones.
Ah.
Yes. And while we were waiting, they opened up one of them little kiosk bars. And so I asked the bartender, like, what do you have for a Pilsner? And he gave me this Italian beer called Peroni. It was so sweet, so good. And I remember, I had another one while I was inside at the Tom Jones show because it was a dinner theater Tom Jones show. And so it had table service.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, this is what I liked about the show is he came out and he did a blues song. And then he did a dance song. And then he did a rock song. And then he did a country song. None of which I had ever heard. Then he did like a 10-minute medley of all his shit. And then he did a bunch more songs that I'd never heard, but they were all good and his band was tight. It was a great show.
Tom is
like,
amazing.
Yeah. It was on our bucket list, and
Nice.
we're sitting here. We've got a Las Vegas trip coming out because we used to go every year, and all of a sudden I hear my wife scream, "Oh my God, Rob, Tom Jones!" Because he was on our bucket list of if we ever get the chance to see Tom Jones, we're seeing Tom Jones.
Tracy Ullman from Flushed Away. She plays the rat grandmother. It's Tom Jones! Holy Grail. Oh, that's awesome. Spam!
Nice. Lately, my wife has gotten me into Korean and Japanese coffee drinks because we've got a Korean mart near here and we're always in there picking up goodies.
Remember to say, "Annyeonghaseyo." Of course, then they'll start speaking Korean to you and you'll be like, that's all I know. Is good, very honorable.
My wife is she's been learning Korean for about a year now and can actually understand a few words.
That's from what I learned working at a Korean-owned coffee, managing it for 6 months. That's like the most honorable greeting you can give to somebody when they walk into somewhere. Annyeonghaseyo, and they all said that, and then the people were like, "Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm awesome. Thank you for noticing." It was a tour of your house. That was awesome.
Yeah, she has been on a K-pop kick lately. And I actually found that I actually kind of like the music. We actually went and saw a virtual concert a couple weeks ago. Sit in the theater with the good sound system and you have a virtual headset on watching the band perform on virtual stages. And it was cool because they're performing to one VR camera, it looks like you're alone in the studio in your chair and they're performing the whole concert just for you.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, it was.
I like it when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, it was different. I would love to see some American groups maybe try that out.
That would be cool. Oh, well, now who do you want to bring back? Scott Weiland, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin.
Yeah, no, I'm not. AI is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. I am anti-AI.
I'm getting there, especially after trying to get another job now that I got a part-time job, and I'm getting real tired of being interviewed by computers. You go onto a fast food place. "Hi, it's Olivia." Olivia ain't real. "Give me your name." Give me your. So you don't fill out an application, you have an AI interview. Dude, the Terminator is, or Skynet is interviewing me for a fast food job. So if you don't say all the right things, you don't get the job. That's bullshit. It's fast food. They're always desperate. Somebody always calls in.
They
always
were hiring. Well,
yeah. I have a good interview tomorrow.
Yeah, they were
In
hiring
Chandler.
at my wife's job
Oh.
through a computer algorithm for a while, and she will tell you that it was a nightmare. They would get people that would, get into the job that were utterly not qualified to do it. And what she does is pretty complex. You have to be a fast thinker, you have to be a fast typer, and you have to be a multitasker, because she does radio dispatch for the county for adult probation, and can sometimes be juggling as many as 30 agents at a time.
Oops.
On radio and phone calls and on the computer. And
Damn mosquitoes. That's, yeah, you've got to be able to do,
and for a while they were hiring through an algorithm, and it was letting people in that were either temperamentally or physically incapable of doing the job.
But they
But
they answer the questions right. So that's all that matters.
they answered the algorithm. And so I
all
don't
that
know
matters.
what method they're using now. When I got hired at my job, I had to, I had two people that sat there and they asked me hypothetical questions. And I think I disappointed them at first when it was like, tell us about a time when you had to solve this problem. Well, I've never let myself get into that situation.
Yeah.
It's like I would have seen this coming and would have done this and never gotten into that situation.
Tell me
And
a
they're
time
like,
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So that kind of stuff is off-putting to me.
Tell me a time when you handle a difficult customer. I handle all the difficult customers everywhere I work. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at crises and talking people down. It's called humor. It's a mutant power, and it's amazing. It gets you into all kinds of places that you would never.
Well, what I don't like about the computers is I've always said that if I can actually get myself in front of the guy that's making the decision, it's my job.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, the guy you're talking to, you can tell that he's just screening people to see who might get passed on to talk to the boss. And,
Yep. You get stuck with the gatekeeper.
yeah. And if I can, you always go in with the attitude that this job is already mine. You just need to come to that realization.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing is everything's become so pushed. Here's a perfect example. I got in trouble at the last job. And they brought me into HR, and my director, who's actually the director of property operations, he's filling in as the director of security because they're not going to hire another one. And there's only so many of us. We're the smallest team on the site there at Tapatio Cliffs. So what were you doing? Well, I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I did that, and I went through the whole thing. And he's like, you do all of that each day? I send you an email every day of what I do by the hour. You don't look at them, do you? No. You have no idea what I fucking do here, do you? To you, I'm just like hanging out in the office. Now and then you see me in different areas throughout the day. Dude, I expel homeless people. I call the cops. I check to see if things are locked. I got keys for fucking everywhere.
I make sure your girlfriend and your wife never cross paths.
I don't think Mike would do that. Mike's a pretty stand-up guy. I didn't have any problems with him. He always had that look of, I have to punish you because someone else said so when I dealt with him. And that's kind of what it was, where the daytime supervisor guy, he was cleaning house. He fired his number one, the guy that he spends all day with. And it's like, dude, Dominic got fired. None of us are safe. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, all of you guys are really young. You don't understand how devastating this is. When the boss fires their favorite, everyone is on the chopping block. What are you talking about? And then another guy got fired. An overnight guy got fired. And then I got fired. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I am so thankful that I work in a union shop, and there are some things that I could do that would get me shown to the door, and the union would say, see ya. But there are a lot of things that they would want to fire me for that they have to fight the union to get it to happen.
You're not going to, like, whip it out and piss on the mainframe. That would get you fired.
Yes.
But that was...
Yes.
oh, yeah? Had a lot of V8 this morning.
Violence. Physical violence will be a thing. If you throw a punch at somebody, you're pretty much gone.
Yeah, if you hit somebody with a broom handle in the back of the skull, yeah, they're going to let you go.
Yes. Also, they warned us because they caught a couple of guys nesting. And you're saying, what is nesting?
Living
That's
there?
when you're at work and you like make yourself a little pad of a mattress and a pillow and maybe a blanket, and you're fucking snoozing out at work. Nesting, if it looks, it's one thing to fall asleep sitting at your workstation. It's another thing to be fucking curled up on a shelf with a cushion under your head and a blanket.
Oh, man.
They will walk you out so fast for that.
This was
and the union has said, we won't defend that.
This is so evil. So, when 93, I had a supervisor. I was at the Walmart I work near now. I was a stockman there. And I worked almost every day, and I was like 20, 21. And it was 93, so I was 21. All of a sudden, it's Christmas season. I'm loading 36, 32, 24-inch televisions into vehicles all day. Granted, 21, so cool. Don't have to pay for the gym membership. Yeah, pushing carts. I don't want to do that now at 53. I had to do the shipment today. By the end of it, I'm like, I can't feel my fucking shoulders or my arms. Oh, yeah, I forgot to take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen this morning. That was dumb. Oh! So, where's Dave? Where's Dave? Where's Dave? Dave was fun to work with. Dave was a cool guy. Dave had a lazy streak. And if you ever had a lazy coworker, you know what that equals up to.
I have a coworker who just disappears a lot.
There you go. Dave waited till Christmas season, put the layaway stuff in a way that he basically made a nest where he could sleep for 5 or 6 hours while the shift happened in the layaway, behind, in the back of the store where the storage is.
It reminds me of the King of the Hill episode that had Chuck
the
Mangione.
Yeah, oh my God, the mega Lomart. I was just
mountain.
Stop reading my mind. I was just thinking about that like 3 days ago. You would run away from your problems, Hank. You're hiding in the mega Lomart, Chuck. We're not talking about me. You're right, though. This was fucking evil. So, 2015 to 2019, CVS Caremark, Silverscript, Aetna, Medicare D. Okay. There's like over 100 people that work in this department. We're doing paper claims for Medicare D. It's not fucking hard. I got up to processor 2 in 4 years. If I can do that, it's not hard. Because I treated that job, I really went in there and put my headsets in and convinced myself that I was play testing a video game for accountants. And within 6 months, I cut the work in more than half. I took 3/4 of the amount of the work and just destroyed it. I was in the middle of a divorce. Christine was, it was all over, and so I would work 6 days a week, 14 hours a day. until they told me to stop. No, you don't understand. I'm pre-tested. I'm the game. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I just, want to give them their money back. Mildred in Minnesota needs her 35 cents. It's important. So, there was a guy. Now, this was Medicare D's broken up, so they also took care of unions on the East Coast. This guy, I wish I had thought of this. Woman gets her son hired. He shows up a whole bunch in the beginning. Then he figures out that nobody's really watching us. You're kind of on your own recognizance all day. They don't, you don't punch a clock. You don't, it's just work. He gets to work before 5 o'clock, logs into his computer, leaves the building, drives to Target over there at Frank Lloyd Wright in the 101, and sleeps for like 3 or 4 hours, 2 hours, whatever, in the parking lot in his car, and then comes back like, well, I was on a walk. What are you talking about? I've been in my cube the whole time. He pulled that shit off for almost 6 months before they caught him and fired his ass. Had one coworker tell us all, I just love it when you guys are freaking out and you have so much to do. And she literally was getting by on the bare minimum and then did the, well, I got a special needs kid, FMLA. They couldn't get rid of her. She ended up getting another job. Oh, God, go scam them. Get the hell out of here. You made the biggest mistake in any office ever. All the women hate you. The old ones and the young ones hate you. You're done. You're done. We're going to find your body in a ditch next to the 101. Some of those women ain't playing, man. Some of them worked very hard to get to where they are, and they're vicious. When I first got there, it was like feudal Japan. All they did was all supervisors were in it. It took me months for them to like work together. And why are you just no here? I'll do that. You don't have to talk to her. Deal with me. Because that's men and women.
The women don't like each other.
The best thing you can do at an office, hey kids, the best thing you can do at an office, if you're a new, especially male, is immediately make friends with all the older ladies that work there, that go out in the cigarette breaks, that sit around the coffee maker and bitch continuously, that beat up the coffee maker with jams. All of those ladies, yeah, supervisor, CEO, those ladies run the show. They're the diehard workforce that makes the numbers happen. And if you can make friends with them, you're in. You could pretty much show up to work naked. They're not going to say a word. He's just having a bad day. So when you go against them, and especially if you're a young, attractive female, you ain't Cinderella, honey. You're just going to walk up and slap Maleficent in the face verbally and think you're going to just kind of prance back to your cube and be safe. You've made an enemy for life. The life of your career here, which ain't going to be long. Because women don't play in the cubes.
No, I am lucky that I have never had a cube farm job.
There was...
I'm not... See, that's one thing I like about what I do is it allows me a certain amount of leeway. I don't have a workstation I have to sit at.
Yeah.
I work in a shipping cage, and I have all these things that need to go out where they need to go to. And there's so much of it that I basically get to decide what I'm working on today.
Yeah.
And my bosses leave me alone to do it as long as the things keep getting done. And so I really have a level of autonomy that is above what I should have at my job. But I think I've earned it. That
kind of helps, too, because if you've got a job where there is so much going on that you have very little downtime. This job I have now at Wendy's and the last job, where it's just like the DM came and she's like, so how do you like it? And I'm like, honestly, it's not that, honestly, it's not that bad. I'm there for only a couple hours, and by the time I am starting to feel my age, it's time to go. By the time the ibuprofen wears off, it's time to go. After about 5 hours, 4 hours, I've done everything I can do.
Oh, yeah.
Or like today when there's a shipment, I don't have time. But again, there's these 3 women. One of them did not like me. I watched this episode and I never ended up telling the story. So there's 3 women, and they're all older. 2 are very nice. One is very nice to everyone else but me and goes out of her way to show it. So at a kitchen, well, at an office, call the people they don't want to call. Do the things they don't want to do. Make all the coffee. Deal with the creepy guy. All that stuff. You'll win over the ladies. Do what they tell you to do. You'll win over the ladies. At a kitchen, do everything they say. Constantly ask questions. Wash all of the dishes. Not half the dishes, not some of the dishes. Wash them all and put them away. Because if you wash dishes your first week, your first 2 weeks, they're doing their job. I don't want to be like, no. They're doing my job for me now. Like today, because they saw me running around like a headless chicken, and they saw the assistant manager who hired me, which she's totally cool. And she's from Russia. She lives in America. So she's telling me only, what to do and everything. And I've worked with so many Russians. I know that they're being curt and to the point, and it's not a personality thing. It's Russians are similar to us in getting a grand task done. They want everything done, just like we do. I want this done. I want that. Oh, yeah, I did that. I did this. Do you want me to do this way or that way? Oh, it's good. I want you to do that way. Oh, okay, because I wanted to ask before I... So we have already that rapport, and I've only been there a month. So the other lady has been ordering me around in Spanish, which I am not fluent in, and I communicate like a toddler. I get the gist of what you're talking about, but all the details are lost on me. So she figuring this out and having this translated goes full on details, everything she's telling me. So now I'm so busy going, wait a minute, I've heard that word before. I don't know what you're saying anymore because you've given me so many words. My brain's trying to translate them all and failing miserably. But through time and doing all the dishes and doing mopping and doing all the shit work for them and helping them out, she has progressively gotten softer. So the other day, it's just her and I, and the other lady shows up later. So while stuff is going on, they keep climbing up the racks to get the clean Cambros and, the metal and the plastic and all the stuff they're going to use. And I keep, oh, no, Pelegro. And they laugh at me, and I had 2 of them, 2 different ones translate. It's not your climbing ability. I worry about the wall. Because I know this place was made in 92. Don't climb up it. Just ask me. I'm 5'10". I can reach. So we're working. It starts to get busy. There's not enough of us, and everybody's running around the back of the kitchen. I'm washing dishes, and the lady that doesn't like me is in a hurry. She cuts around this table too quickly. And next to the table is a stack of, when they deliver the bread? And it's in the
bread carts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her right foot catches that, and she starts to go down. Martial arts reflexes take over, and I immediately catch her. I turn because I'm like facing this way, and I see her start to fall out of the corner of my eye. I immediately swing the opposite direction and catch her before she goes mouth first into the stainless steel table. That's how fast it happened. It was just like boom, boom, boom. I picked her up. Oh, are you okay? Bueno, which is the word I say most of the day because bueno, or no bueno. Okay, I've got to fix this. So I saved her. Went right back to washing dishes. Haven't mentioned it till this day. I just saw her yesterday. And now she's not talking gringo smack behind my back because I know when I know enough Spanish to know when you're making fun of me. You know, and I do enough that you have no reason to talk shit about me. I help you out all day long. I sacrifice what I'm doing to do I make the chili for you. I do this for you. I do the bacon for you. So after that, and now she's seen that I'm not running around bragging that I caught her mid-fall because she would have ate it. She's probably in her late 40s, early 50s, so not as agile as she probably was 30 years ago, 20 years ago. I mean, they look like moms. They're little Hispanic women. They're cute little Hispanic women. So that was good. It's nothing. It happens. It's a workplace thing. Well, let's just go back to work. Everything's fine. I'm not gonna, the other two make my sandwiches. It's fine. That and
good to have people you can get along with. Like I said, I have some coworkers that, annoy me. I have one of them, and you know him, Dan, can't stop talking. He will come into my area while I'm trying to work, and he will stand there and talk at me while I'm clearly trying to work, and I don't want to tell him, dude, I'm trying to work. I think he waits for me to go on break so that he can come in there and sit and talk at me the whole time I'm on break. One time I had to tell him, I was like, look, I come in here, this is my me time. This is my no people time. And so I just stopped taking my break in the break room. I'll go sit in the shitter and play on my phone for 15 minutes so that I can do it peacefully and quietly. He
doesn't follow me into the bathroom? You're lucky.
Yes,
dude,
he has. He did that
pee.
today. He did that to me today.
Oh, my God.
It's like, dude, I'm going to take a piss. Why are you still following me?
I'm touching my wiener. Stop talking.
And all I do is mostly nod and go, yeah. It's like, I really don't care what you're talking about. I'm not a small talker. I'm not let's chit chat about the weather and how the kids are doing in school. And, my personal life, trust me, most of my coworkers could give a shit about what's going on in my personal life. It's not exciting to them. And, I don't care to share it. And in casual conversation, most of my coworkers don't share my interests. And so they can't hold a conversation with me unless you're into video games or superheroes or the Lord of the Rings.
Or, science and fantasy.
Star Wars or science and history and things like that.
I kind of agree, but I've had so many coworkers that are that kind of, I would classify them, and even friends, there's a couple, I'm still dealing with time goblins. You want all of my, oh wait, come on, we got an hour. You can't be clocking out on me now. It's only 7.
Yeah, that's...
if you're tired, you're tired. But no, they're time goblins. You're not here to help me or to work or to complete a goal. You're here to have me answer. Yeah, to have me answer you, to tell you how awesome you are, to
yes. And like I said, I don't even know what it is, but I have another coworker, and he just likes to talk, and he'll just keep talking and talking. And I'll be sitting next to my little desk speaker. I have a nice little Bose desk speaker that puts out some sound, and I can't hear a word he's saying, but I can look over there and tell that he's still looking at me and talking.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my God, no.
Dude, stop. I know, silence is golden. They made a song about it and everything.
I think that's part of the problem, is that some people don't understand that sometimes silence is golden. Not every void needs to be filled with something. That's what I listen to music at work for, is so that it doesn't have to be quiet and I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah. It's in your mind, and that's a great thought. That doesn't mean I want to hear it or you have to share it. Now, if I say,
And then-
penny for your thoughts, give me the best one you've got. But until that happens,
yeah,
it was in
My wife,
Shrek 2.
Coffee.
Have you've seen Shrek and Shrek 2?
I've seen like 3 or 4 of
Okay.
them.
When they're going too far, far away in the onion carriage, and Donkey is restless, and Shrek tells him, well, find a way to entertain yourself. It's like that immediately flashed back to my childhood because you weren't classified with ADD or ADHD when we were little. You were just, as my mom said, you're an itch. Go find something to do. Go find a way to entertain yourself. Which book haven't you read 3 times yet? Because when I was really little, she used to give me puzzles before I could ask her questions. But after about 5, and I was putting together 1,000-piece puzzles in like an hour, she realized that wasn't going to work much longer. Then she sent me to school. And it didn't help. That poor lady. I drove her nuts. Then she had 2 of my cousins. Then she retired after Christian. He's awesome. He's a teacher now. My cousin back east. But I think that some people, like, the saddest part is it's like you realize through interacting with these people, it's like you don't have anybody that's like close to you. You've like never had that, or you had that and you drove them crazy and now they don't talk to you anymore.
Yeah, I don't get that because both of my coworkers that are nonstop talkers, they are married. One doesn't have children, one does, but I can only imagine that your home life isn't very intellectually stimulating when you have to verbally dump at work. And that's
Then there's the other be my friend thing. And you want to be friends with everybody. But some people have issues and they're not.
some people take up more of your bandwidth than you're willing to give.
Unfortunately, that's correct. Well, no, I want to include everybody, but not everybody gets along. And we saw that through many iterations of gaming, through video gaming, through board gaming, through conventions,
Oh, yeah.
through other, even at Ren Fair, even at haunted houses. Not everybody gets along.
Not everybody does, and so you have to, you know.
And then it's weird, too, because you want to get along with everybody, and you want everybody to get okay. But then, through time and trial and error of, you realize that some people are secretly toxic, and they hide it from a lot of people. Not like, what they believe
Not
or this and
actively
that.
toxic so much as destructive.
But they
Cancerous.
they passively aggressively will break up a group of friends to isolate an individual for their own narcissistic or whatever. And that I've seen that happen too many times. Or even worse, they get into a group of friends and they realize that this is a unique opportunity, and then they try to, like, I don't want to say take over, but elevate themselves to the favor of the leader of the group. Where it's like, dude, can't we just all be equals? We were all equals before you fucking got here. We were all just hanging out. Seriously, like none of this drama.
Had a nice little, about 15 years ago, me and some friends got together and we formed an online role-playing group. But we had one guy who immediately wanted to try to figure out how to monetize it, how to leverage it, how to leverage the people in it, the creative minds in it to his end. And eventually I was forced out of that group, and this is how I got forced out of that group.
Really?
My wife, who is also part of that group, had started getting into streaming. And, she kept saying, you should stream your RPGs. You should stream your RPGs. Well, I was one of the first ones who did that. And, well, the other guy who is the other founder of the group with me, for whatever reason, just became extremely hostile to me. I think part of it was he was jealous that I was streaming and hanging out with my wife's friends in that gaming group and not giving all my time to his gaming clan. Like, you're a traitor. It's like, oh no, we're not at war with anybody. And if I decide that I'm going to spend some time with you and some time with my wife's friends, fine. But
That's
he
the way
didn't
it is.
want that. But I really think the big part of it was as a game master goes, he is not a very good one, and I won't go into why, because he's not here to defend himself. But he's not a very good one and not a very consistent one. And I feel that, me streaming and dragging some of the other game masters into streaming, he was going to be the one that didn't, because if he did, it was going to be exposed how poor a game master he actually is. And, rather than let it get to that point, he drove me out of the group. And honestly, I game more now than I did when I was part of that group. I'm having to turn down games that people want me to play in. I'm getting asked constantly to run games in times and places that I'm unable to. So when I hooked up with your group and you said, hey, we need a game master, it's like, oh, I'm down. I'm in. I'm there.
All of us can do it, but nobody wants to.
Yeah.
No,
it's really about wanting to and
for me,
being consistent with it.
For me, it goes back to 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 2nd grade, and even in especially 6th, 7th, 8th, where Ron and I were gaming long ago, and we had several people in our immediate friends group that were just toxic. And then later I went out into this other group, and I love that there's a meme, a whole bunch of them, and it's the different kinds of role players. And the one guy that we went to middle school with, and I think he did freshman year in our high school, and then he went to another one. And he was that stereotype that all he did was criticize what the one that, like, we all appointed one kid to be the leader. Okay, I don't want to do that, but all right. And then this other kid, all he did was criticize everything the leader did. And he started pissing off the entire party because he wouldn't stop bitching because he wanted to be the leader. And then finally we're like, oh my God, be the leader.
He just wanted all the attention on him.
And then he was the leader. Okay, what are we going to do now? You've got this grand plan. You've been complaining for months that you can do a better job. Oh, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. The table almost got overturned. There was so much yelling. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I am an old, grumpy, mean bastard. And if at any point I feel that somebody at our table is not compatible, I won't have a confrontation with them. I will just make sure not to let them know when the next session is.
Yeah.
You just won't be invited back because I don't, especially if you're trying to cause a conflict just to, I don't have time for that.
The problem was that his older brother was the problem was his older brother was way cooler, friendlier, more talented, smarter, all. So it's like, you're obsessed with power, and then when you get it, you don't know what the fuck to do with it. You're so mad that you're not in charge, and now that you're in charge, you don't have any strategy. There's no strategy, none. You don't even know what we're
jealous that somebody else had the attention.
Yeah, you don't even know what the plot of what we're doing is because you've been so focused on. It's like, why aren't you playing a thief? Because this is the mentality you have. Yeah, he didn't last in the circle. No. And gamers, you have to have the right mix of people.
A gaming group is a social contract where we're getting together with the mutual intention of providing our own entertainment for ourselves and each other. And if what you're doing is not entertaining, you got to go.
Yeah.
It's like getting the lone wolf or maverick character in a game. It's like, well, we're all here, and the mayor has called a meeting in the town square, so everybody go to the town square. Well, I don't want to go to the town square. I'm gonna go do this instead because I don't want to go to the town square.
Yeah.
It's like, I will write you out of the narrative. All right, you go do what you're doing. Meanwhile, at the town square.
Yeah, it's cool to be all anti-hero and emo when you're 14. We're all in our 30s, 40s, 50s. We don't have time for this shit. Get over yourself.
You make a character that behaves like that because it's what my character would do. If you made a character that would behave like an asshole so that you could say it's what my character would do,
guess what?
Dude, you're an asshole.
There's
don't
a lot
have
of
time
truth
for
to
it.
Players that it's one thing to be in a group of 8, and let's say you've got one guy that's with the group and part of the experience and wants to get to the end goal. But in one room, in one dungeon, 7 line up and he finds himself against everyone else. Chances are the other people are never going to let him live that down, but they don't see it as a, dude, he only did this once. I have played with people that fucking fight every decision that's made. Now, when Tom Coffey does it, it's a joke, and it's funny, and then we move on to the next thing, and, yes! No! When they all turn and look at him, who said that? It's one of those kind of, but I played with people that literally are the fucking, dude, you're not Thomas Covenant, the unbeliever. There's a story that the DM made. You have to go along with it.
I had a guy in the last game I was running on stream, was running Castles and Crusades for Troll Lord Games on their Troll Lord Games channel. And I had one guy that, and every time I PCs for then.
Oh, we lost your audio.
Me? Am I back?
There we go. Now we can hear you.
There you go.
Every time.
Every time, I threw out NPCs for them to interact with, it would either, boil down to violence and decapitation, or I'd throw a scenario in and they would be like, nope, we're just not going to deal with that. They're bringing this prisoner back to a town, and they know that there's a baddie probably waiting for them in that town. So they divert to this other town where the rogue knows some of the Rogues Guild people in that town to ask that Rogues Guild for some help. They get there, and the Rogues Guild says, hey, we're being pressured by this religious fanatic that's going after, everybody cracking down on the streets. If you could help us, we'll help you. And so they decided, no, we can't be bothered. We'll move on.
What?
And so, what was probably going to be a 4-stream side adventure, they ignored. So I just made them roll random encounters for the last hour and a half of that stream.
Good for you.
And then chewed them out off stream about, don't fight the freaking narrative. It's like, I put all this time in. We're trying to tell a story. And if it's a streamed game, you have to understand that there's a difference between playing a game and streaming it and running a streamed game for the entertainment of other people. You have to buy into the narrative. You have to go along and not go against. And,
yeah, no.
That's what makes Critical Role. Never watched any, but I hear it's entertaining. That's what makes Critical Role successful is the game scripted? No. But they all know that the game master has a plan and that they should not fight the narrative. They probably also, like most improvs, they have a set of guidelines. It's like, all right, today, this is how the story is going to play out. It's going to go from here to here to here to here. don't fight the narrative.
Yeah.
And then
that's the key of improv. You have to, yeah.
you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
buy into the narrative. And, you know, I'm old and grumpy. I'm at the point now where if I have somebody that wants to slow the game down or fight the narrative or argue rules with me, don't argue rules with me.
Nope.
Accept my judgment, and then after the game is over, we can argue the rules all night long. But, you know,
the best is what we had last month, and we'll see this Saturday, where we don't really have a designated leader. We kind of function like a pirate ship without a captain, where we kind of, to quote Monty Python's Holy Grail, you hold it. I thought we were an autonomous collective. We kind of function that way, where we autonomously kind of like, okay, well, what do you got? I think this. That's a good idea. I think this will happen. Pete's right. I didn't know that, or whoever. You know, it's a. Rob said
we're
this.
like a pub crawl with swords.
There's a
That's
team
highly
dynamic.
accurate.
We have a proper team. Everybody knows what they have or has an idea of what their capability is, what their capacity is in the team, and so we understand it. We kind of play along. The intent is, hey, you're the tank, you're the squishy. You know, we're going to take.
You're the
take
Band-Aid
our time.
Brigade.
There are some obvious gaps in your party makeup.
Yeah.
You don't have any rogue types.
No
You
artillery.
you don't have any artillery.
No artillery whatsoever.
But you've got bodies. But, you know.
Bodies help. We have a barbarian, and that helps out a lot. Hulk smash.
Barbarian, the Ranger, and the Knight. And then my friend Jim will be joining us. And he had already decided long ago that what he wanted to play was a cleric. And I told him we already have two. And he still wants to play a cleric.
This
So
is Gearhead Jim, I take it.
yes.
Okay. Is he
And so you guys
playing
will be,
via Discord, or is
No, I'll be bringing him along.
All right.
I still think it would be funny to have a bunch of, to have a game, and it probably would be even better if we scripted it and got some people to play the newbies, but a group of newbies who all want to be, everybody wants to be a magic user, everybody wants to be a barbarian, everybody wants, and just a one shot like that would be fun to watch, because it would be a hoot to see them all doing it, especially with somebody like you, Rob, as the DM going, you guys can do whatever you want. This is your first time playing. I'm going to let you have at with it, and I can enjoy this as we go along.
Dude, we'll call it same class one shot, where you have to be, and the best art is, hold on, you're on to something. One of the funniest little goofy, I don't know if it's a TikTok, because I think it's older than that, roll for sandwich. Are either one of you familiar with this?
No.
I think so.
Okay. This guy makes a sandwich, but he uses D&D dice and tables for bread. And he rolls the dice. Okay, sourdough. Second, meat. And then meat and cheese. And sometimes it sounds delicious. Sometimes even he's like, oh, God, this is horrible, while he's eating it. Roll for sandwich. I'll post a video. So it would kind of be like that,
I think it would be fun as long as it's taken in that vein.
Like Paranoia, or Tales of the Floating Vagabond. You can't take this seriously. We're all magic users. It's there's a stand-up comedian named Peter Galkey, and one of his funniest jokes ever is like, we started a band. 5 bass players. Oh man, God, that would be horrible. Unless one of them is Les Claypool, that's going to be terrible. So I think that I see the humor and the fun in it, because most of you are going to get eliminated. That's just like I said.
Be fun.
Well, no, roll for sandwich is like, okay, we're going to do it on this day. Okay, everybody shows up, and then you roll what the module is, what class we have to play, what level we start at.
Everybody's a gnome. Good luck.
You're all...
I was in a party once where we were all dwarves.
That's awesome.
Yes.
See, those could be cool. So
Yeah,
some
fun.
of those you can have a real good time with. But
I also played in an evil campaign where everybody was a drow elf.
That would be fun once, I guess. But
Well,
I wouldn't want
to. The way to make an evil game work is you have the evil characters are all going to fight against each other unless you give them something that they all fear more than each other. And you've got to keep that fear up. And for us, we were all members of a drow household, and we had to fear our older siblings who were all homicidal maniacs.
And the other houses, and the demons, and Loth, and... Yeah. That's a never-ending nightmare.
See, that's why I like those. I like the little campy side bits that pop in every so often. You know, when you're feeling like throwing something fun just to give it to somebody. Okay, here's a magic sword, and the magic sword adds to your armor class, and it has this incredible to hit capacity, but you can never let it out of your hand. You have to carry it with you everywhere.
It's like Elric of Stormbringer, and what is it, Elbrick of
you've got the
Thank you.
halfling or the gnome that also has a girdle of storm giant strength. Or, you know, you got all these, you throw in these little oddities, or the NPC
give them all severe psychological issues. It's the druid that has agoraphobia. I want to be with the forest, but I can't go outside. The dwarf with claustrophobia. I want to be in the mines. Tight spaces. The barbarian that has multiple personalities and thinks he's a very powerful wizard. Yeah, those are so much fun. Rangers with arachnophobia instead of
the NPC that is always 1,000 yards away, but he has, he's always constantly screaming at you, and he's got he's got additional charisma, so he can drive you nuts.
It's like you're turning it into Discworld by Terry Pratchett with Rincewind.
Played. What is the craziest character you've played in an RPG?
For me, it was Bob. Bob
is helping.
It was just Bob is helping. The little halfling.
Oh God. We had one where we had to roll everything, and I didn't last long, and I don't remember what it was. And I had to roll another one. But I remember a story that Ray Grace told where he had us do that because he met a DM and he got into this random game in one of the gaming stores. And the guy made them roll for everything. And he ended up with a venerable dwarven woman. So he's like, okay, and a magic user. So he purchases a dagger, boots, a belt, and a chicken. And has her be naked, beard and everything. She's like 300 years old. And she only made it to 2nd level because she would run at the bad guys and scream, "I'm going to hex you!" And then threaten the chicken's life, the googly-eyed chicken's life with the dagger. And every time the DM rolled, they became confused. And one of the other party members came by and eliminated the kobold or orc or, it was all low level. I can't believe it. I made her to 2nd level. And then a bugbear crushed my skull.
I remember my favorite character was Mogo, the Mighty Hunter. He was a goblin ranger, and at one point we came across a girdle of masculinity, femininity, and so of course he's not smart. So they find the belt, and I think somebody determined it was cursed, and they didn't know what it was, and so Mogo decided to put it on. And from thereafter, Mogo was no longer Mogo the Mighty Hunter. He was Gogo the Mighty Hunter. She was Gogo the Mighty Hunter.
Put my boots on and dance.
It's like Yeah, I fully embrace that craziness. I remember the one time I gave that magic item, cursed item out to somebody. The player was so upset.
Ron played.
I thought he was going to cry. It's like, you made my character into a girl. Yeah, it's funny.
It
No,
happens.
not.
Just find another belt, dumbass. Ron played a cleric of Thor, and he really got into it one session. And everything was, let me explain Thor's love to you. You're not worshiping Thor's love. Are you not feeling the It was
I remember
really
my
funny.
first cleric. My first cleric was named after a Cheech and Chong skit.
Herbie and now Ralph.
No, his name was Bob Bitchin.
Bob Bitchin. Class. Wow, far out, man.
No, that was Bob Bitchin came from the Let's Make a New Dope Deal.
Oh.
What's your name?
Bob.
Bob what? Bitch.
It's Officer So-and-so from the DEA. Oh, no.
You're busted.
Busted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Bob Bitchin was a cleric of Bacchus.
Oh, Bacchus. He's my 8th son. I just fill his goblets everywhere he goes. There we go. He's over there.
Yes. He had a wine bottle and he carried a staff with grapevines growing on it.
Nice. That's pretty awesome. I like that scene for the Marvel Cinema Universe with Doctor Strange and Thor. Would you like some tea? I don't drink tea. What do you drink? Not tea. So he gives him beer, and he looks at it, then he drinks the whole thing, and he puts it down, and it's like that dwarven mug that whenever you put it on wood, it fills.
It fills up.
It fills up with beer. I possessed that in one game, one time. It's like, I am looking for this artifact. No, seriously. It's empty, and then when you put it on a wooden surface, doesn't matter what kind of wood, doesn't matter where it is, it immediately, just like in that clip from the movie, starts filling up with beer until it hits the top. And it stops.
I need one of those.
Hell yeah.
Only it needs to be coffee.
Now we're talking. Just endless coffee. Go ahead, tea and coffee is the lifeblood of the workers.
I ran a pulp adventure game at one time, and one of the source books I had this NPC detective that had a pot of coffee in his office, that there was always coffee in it. It was never empty. It was never full, and nobody ever saw him actually making the coffee. But every once in a while, he would drink some. But yeah, it was actually the coffee wasn't coffee. It was something else. And if anybody actually got brave enough to drink it, it had special properties. But it just looked so. It looked like if you leave a pot of coffee on for 3 days.
Oh no.
And the way it smells too, yeah.
Yeah, that's tar.
At work, I walk by a coffee maker and I can smell the coffee cooking. I'll turn it off. What'd you do that for? It's burning. You can't fucking smell it?
I was surprised that one of the kids that I work with knew the rule about 4 hours in a pot of coffee, because after 4 hours, the caffeine starts to break down. Unless you've got it totally contained.
Yeah.
So
that's why most restaurants will brew fresh pot every hour.
Then that 20-year-old showed me, just put some Frosty in my coffee. I'm hooked now. Frosty.
Speaking of,
because you just.
Speaking of which, did you know that Wendy's just came out with a coffee flavored Frosty?
Yes. I don't touch it.
I haven't had one yet, but it's going down.
There's stuff you can take, and there's stuff you can't take, and that's in the area of stuff you can't take. And we're all on camera, so not going to get fired over something stupid.
No.
for the fast food job.
No, I will actually, I have no problem going into a Wendy's and paying for one.
Well, I told them this. I am going to drink all the coffee, but I plan to make all the coffee. So, everybody's happy. That, and I have to clean the filter in the fryer. And that's the most disgusting part of the day, but it has to be done.
We have coffee stations, but I don't trust the people that make the coffee to know what the fuck they're doing. We also have a few Keurig machines around work, and so I just bring my own pods.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because I'm a coffee bitch.
No,
the coffee has to meet a certain minimum standard for me.
If as much as I keep claiming, oh, I'm not territorial at work, if there is provided coffee and a machine, I will become a hissing alley cat. Ah! Get away from it! You don't know what you're doing! Because I will need to make the coffee and make sure it's... And you got to add a pinch of salt before you start brewing to cut down on the acidity. So why? So you're not sitting there farting at your desk all day. Isn't that better? Oh, yeah, it does kind of hurt your stomach.
No, most people do one of two things. Either they will make it weak, or they'll put so much grounds in there. It's like you realize you don't need to fill the grounds cup all the way to the top with grounds.
Put a third cup in there, and then maybe a little bit more, and a little la, because you're doing more good adding a pinch of salt than you are putting. You're just wasting grounds. I mean, if you're putting that in your garden, go for it. But if you're not, what's wrong with you? You're making the landfill fertile. What are you doing?
Yes.
Haven't you seen Class of Nukem High? That's how you get Class of Nukem High.
But yeah, I am very, very picky about my coffee. I actually ran a coffee shop for a while. I actually attended coffee seminars to learn more about coffee.
Really? I had
the lighter roasts, your breakfast blend, and your blondes have the strongest caffeine content.
Really? But I like this dark Sumatran and Colombian.
Yeah, the dark roasts are more flavorful, but the more you cook it, the less caffeine it has in it. And so the darker roasts are lower in caffeine, but higher in flavor. That's why you get to the blonde roasts. If you've ever had a blonde roast, it's really bitter. I don't like them.
That's what cream and sugar's for.
I prefer, but sometimes the bitter cuts through that. I prefer like a breakfast blend or a medium roast.
For me, it's mood. I mean, generally, I have the coffee I have because I buy it at Costco in bulk, and that, And for a while, Christine was drinking the coffee, but they've both switched to iced. And now and then I'll drink some of that, but that does, hey, more for me, which is dangerous because now I'm drinking over a pot a day. That's probably not good. But I'm, like last night, I'm surprised I'm still awake now. It's 7:30, but I've been up since 1:30.
I've been up since 4.
It's been a long...
See, I grew up on Grandpa's coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa's coffee. That's why I never...
Coffee you can chew.
That's why I never developed a taste for coffee, because if you ran out of filters, Kleenex worked, and you put the proper number of scoops in, depending upon how much of the gallon you intended to brew, and he brewed the full pot on the Mr. Coffee, the big Mr. Coffee, because he was the only one drinking it, and it cooked down until noon. And then at noon, he made a whole other pot to cook down for the rest of the day.
I used to feel bad. I'm like, when this was over a decade ago, Dad, I feel bad. I'm drinking coffee all day long. Oh, well, I went to the heart doctor, and I, with a high blood pressure, I was worried. And after a bunch of tests, he said, nah, drink all the coffee you want. And my dad goes, well, that's good, because at Channel 12... they have like 2 or 3 break rooms, and here's constant 24-hour coffee that the old man... And then when he's with me on the weekends, I'm bringing him constant water and iced tea. I mean, between he and I don't know, 2 or 3 gallons of iced tea in a day. You just make it in the jars. You leave it out on the cool decking, and
go
boom.
through cycles. I'll go on a coffee binge, and then I'll switch over to tea. I've been on coffee for a while now, but about ready to switch back over to tea.
Well, Dad was a big coffee drinker, and Mom never drank it. She was strictly a tea drinker, a teetotaler. I can drink whiskey. No one's ever seen this happen. This is a myth from long ago. You're a teetotaler. It's okay. We're not judging you because you don't drink. We make fun of you about, Mom's drunk again. She's not drunk. She doesn't drink. She never drank. All of that, that was us being assholes when we were teenagers. She never drank.
Right, we have other things we make fun of you for.
Yeah.
We're not making...
Now, my dad would drink. Oh, yeah. I've seen him wasted several times, but, not every weekend. Only on special occasions or with something really bad happens.
Only on special occasions, like each day that ended in Y. Oh, wait a second.
No. Like when he wrecked his Bronco and when he,
My dad was
That was Grandpa. There was a time when Grandpa would buy multiple cases of beer in a week. And they would get polished off. And I would defy anyone to identify that he was drunk. And the only tell that we ever found during that period was he would laugh just a little bit more at something.
Things
and
were
not much.
slightly funny.
Yeah, normally he's but then it would go a little bit longer than that. We're like, oh, okay. Grandpa had these plastic beer mugs from SeaWorld. And so years ago, you could get plastic mugs that were neon green, neon pink, neon blue. And so he kept those in the van, and he had one in the doghouse at all times, and he would pour his beer in there, because what police officer who's ever going to ask you a question is ever going to believe that neon green mug is filled with beer?
I'll be right back again, gentlemen. I apologize. Sorry. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, it was always interesting. That was the only way we could tell that he had gotten to that threshold.
No, it was my dad that drank, and unfortunately, I think his drinking and smoking ended up killing him.
Yeah.
So, I don't take great care of myself, but I do think I do decent. I want to outlive my parents, and I'm very nearly at that point because they both died at fairly young age.
Yeah.
But they were both, out in the sun, smoking, drinking, living the lifestyle. It got my mom as well. She had cancer, got free of it, but her husband, didn't, offer her good choices because, they still, after she, got cancer free, still went out and spent all the time in the sun and smoked and drank and stuff. And of course, cancer came back. And by the time they discovered it, it was too late. So,
yeah.
And it does run in my family, so I have no illusions that at some point the big C is coming for me. I just hope it's not anytime soon.
Yep, amen on that one, brother. I've seen that ravage through both sides of my family, and I enjoy my cigars.
Sorry about that.
I limit my son, at least if I have to be out. There's always the broad brim hat. Try to keep long sleeves, unless it's ungodly, unbearably hot, but then I don't want to be out in the sun anyway.
I wear long sleeves even in the sun.
Yeah.
As long as they're loose. But I am one of those people, I don't do outdoor activities in the sun anymore. My time in the sun is usually going from one building to another, or to the car, or from the car.
Yeah.
Sun is not my friend anymore in old age.
Mm.
There's a reason in most desert cultures why the sun god is an evil one.
It burns you out, cooks you alive. I've been here over 40 years. Now I can't. I was feeling my age a couple weeks ago when I had to shift everything in the freezer, and I couldn't feel my thumb for like half a day.
Yeah.
That's not frostbite.
Yeah.
It's just, wow. I'm getting to the age where that inner layer of fat that insulates you and protects you from injury, because my skin is almost paper now.
Trust me, I'm 60. I know.
You see, both of you are ahead of me in the race of life. But it's really pissing me off, because now it's all the time. You're bleeding. Oh, really? Oh, shit. Oh, shit, I'm bleeding. How did that happen? I have no clue. I bumped into something. I've been doing it all my life. But now I can't do it as much because...
yeah, my old age affliction is, gee, I wish I could poop.
Well, that's not a problem. I'm like my dad. Like my mom said, oh, you can set a clock to your father. Ew, oh, God.
Occasional bouts of insomnia, but I think that's probably stress-induced. There are nights when I just don't sleep.
No.
Some nights.
Yeah.
Billy Joel said it best in his the In the Middle of the Night album. He has a song called Blonde Over Blue, and he's like, some nights when I'm wound so tight, there's no release, there's no solution. Get out of my head, Billy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds familiar, gentlemen.
I still have those nights where if I get 2.5 hours of uninterrupted sleep, I've had a nice evening's rest, and then up, do something, back to bed. But the saving grace is I don't see a lot of the things that I used to see. I have gotten better about not seeing some of the things that I wish I'd never seen when I'm sleeping. So
I try to be as active as I possibly can during the day, because that'll help knock me out at night. I try to smoke as much weed as I possibly can before bedtime, because all of my dreams are nightmares. I don't have good ones. They're just all terror. And after decades, you're like, okay, horror's cool and all. But I'm tired of waking up like this, you know, oh, my neck, my back, oh, my...
If my blood sugar is even a few points over 100, I go to bed at 8, get up at 10:30 to go pee, get up at 12:30 to go pee, get up at 2:30 to go pee.
yeah.
Mine's like...
that's not a good night.
Yeah, I just don't want to... I don't want to have any more nightmares. So if I...
Remember, kids, this is the Gray Beer Squad.
Yeah, really. We're old.
And mine's gray when I grow it, too. About to grow it back out soon.
No, you don't have to grow it out.
Oh, no, but I'm going to.
No, yeah.
I just, every once in a while, I shave it off just to let the skin breathe.
Age is weird because you remember the instances of when you heard things and they made a monicum of sense, or they made little sense, or you went, wow, I can't. And then when you get to that point, you're like, oh God, so-and-so who's long dead was so right. And that resonates. We were talking about it earlier. Everybody talks about, oh, I'll have to come in and Tetris this room. Oh, I've got but I had a Tetris problem. The most valuable game we ever learned was that little plastic thing that they handed you, and it was a picture, but it was in tiles, and all the tiles were messed up, and there was only one missing, and you had to move them all around to get to the picture. And that is like the most valuable game ever from childhood. Way more important than Monopoly. I mean, Risk is important, don't get me wrong. I hate Monopoly. chess is fantastically valuable, but that game is, it's not being the smartest, it's not being the fastest or the strongest or the most powerful. It's about being the most resourceful.
That game taught us all how to load a dishwasher. That taught us all how to put shit in the cabinet, how to put things in the freezer. So, of course, that was the ultimate training tool. Let me show you how to do this, because later on, this is going to teach you a valuable life skill, and you won't know it until later.
I've watched Donnie and Tom Coffee pack a bug when they move. It's like, Jesus, how did you get all the... It's like a fucking TARDIS. What's going on? Yeah, it's a very valuable skill. It's not what you have. It's what you can come up with, what you can do with it that's important. Not...
Exactly. How many times can you stuff 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag?
Yep.
Hold my beer.
We have a saying, you can't put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. You just get shit everywhere.
This is true.
Or we shorten it at work to 10 in a 5 bag.
10 in a 5 bag.
They want 10 in a 5 bag.
Time tested. Engineer approved. It doesn't matter, though. Some guys are going to try to do the impossible no matter what, right out of the gate.
It's like daylight silly time.
Yeah.
You can't cut a foot off the bottom of a blanket, sew it to the top of a blanket, and call it a longer blanket.
That's right.
It's a Native American.
Only white men can do that.
Only white men can. Only a white man would. I just said that to the guy at work.
Only a white man will cut a foot off the bottom of a blanket, sew it to the top of the blanket, and call it a longer blanket.
Yep.
Because one of those things happened at work where it's like, really? Yeah, the fire marshal came in today and he was not happy, and I did not like what I was hearing. Damn it, I just got this job. I mean, it sucks and it pays shitty, but I need to pay my bills. I'm tired of being told no by Dunkin' Donuts and Wendy's and fucking Jack in the Box and bullshit. Or there was a mortgage company and they strung me along real good. I had 2 interviews in one day and was given the red carpet treatment, only to not even get an email of thanks, no thanks. Dude, I'm a dude. I'm an ugly dude. You can tell me no. I am so used to no. I am used to no from 5th grade on, okay? You want to tell me no? I understand no.
Right. I'm used to hearing no from my wife.
Yeah.
Now ex, my children.
I had a
my
supervisor
grandchildren
at work, and we ship out parts all over the place. And over the weekend, the weekenders will pile up a stack of parts to go out Monday. Well, we had a supervisor come in on a Monday, and he's like, well, the planners want to find this part in all this stack of parts and keep it back. It's like, you need to tell them no. It's like, well, can't just tell them no. It's like, Ken, repeat after me. The power of no compels you. The power of no compels you. And so every time that supervisor passes me, he's like, the power of no. It's like, I think that's a big problem in this world, is a lot of people aren't willing to just say no. No, I am not doing that.
SpongeBob, the power within. The power within. No, you're right. That's what that whole movie with Jim Carrey, Yes Man, is about. I haven't seen it, but that's what I've heard.
I haven't seen it either. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of early Jim Carrey movies.
Oh, no, this is actually a later one.
Is it?
Yeah, this is after Bruce Almighty and like that level.
Because I think he's found the role he was intended to play all his life.
The Grinch?
Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic
the
Hedgehog.
Oh, God, yeah, movie. It's so funny.
He is perfect in that role.
Say what you want about Jim Carrey, but all of his best stuff was already done in living color. That is some of his best work, because you have this argument all the time, and to quote Guy, we just keep repeating ourselves. Well, yeah, sorry, we're old. But sketch comedy it's It's the gambit. It's all of it. It's drama, comedy, all of the things. Your chameleon ability. Like, was it Bill Hader? You ever watch like his best of on YouTube and stuff? His chameleon ability is up there with, Alec Guinness or Peter Sellers or James McAvery, or the ability to imitate another human. Not everybody can do that. It takes almost an autism level of, because most autistics.
Some actors can take you out of who they are into the role.
When
Gary Oldman can do that.
Gary Oldman, thank you. That was another name I was searching for. When there's a over an hour documentary on the Goon Show on YouTube, which is a radio program that eventually came over to television with marionettes. Paul and Mark Firestone introduced me to it because I didn't know about it before. But
that's where I learned.
Yeah. But Sellers, Seacom and Milligan were talking about him, and he's like, when he did this character, he didn't just do the voice. He became that character. His mannerism changed. His everything about him changed. And that's the same thing with, we're familiar in America with Peter Sellers for the Pink Panther movies and later being there. But he made other movies like The Party, and then there's...
Yes, he made all kinds of movies. And I heard an anecdote about him that he really didn't have a personality. He took on the personality of whatever role he was playing.
Yep.
And he kept that personality until he took on another role.
Pretty much. Cost him a lot of marriages,
when he was done with Inspector Clouseau, he was Inspector Clouseau until he did something else.
The saddest part about Sellers is that's really true, and it starts at his infancy. Peter Sellers isn't even his name. Peter's first name is Michael. Peter is his older brother who died in toddler infancy. Oh, and look, he looks like Pete. He's acting just like Pete. Oh, it's Peter. Peter's come back to us. And he had this doting mother. She's kind of the way that they describe the Marx Brothers' mother, Minnie. Only she's a little bit more on the shyster level of, because a lot of the stuff that's said. But you're right. Sellers said, he even said it on the Muppet Show, I don't have a personality. I had it surgically removed. Because he's been so many other people, he doesn't even know who the hell he is anymore. Going back to Swordfish. And it's true. He has a talent for mimicking and imitating. And he gets through primary school, he's in secondary school, World War II breaks out. So he's involved in that. Later he meets Benteen, Milligan, Seacom, and then that's after the war in the late 40s that they make, well, the Goon Show, but it's crazy people than the Goon Show. Excuse me. But Sellers is still dealing with, he's the only child of a doting mother, and they always refer to Peter as being fat, as being overweight. And there's a character called Blue Bottle, which you're familiar with from being familiar with the radio program, but Blue Bottle is a 9-year-old boy, and the voice is based on this like real life guy that walked up to Harry Seacom and Michael Benteen, and Michael Benteen's like, oh my God, you're a genius, go to Cheswick. No, he was at Cheswick, and they told him to go to like London or wherever, where Sellers was, and he knocks on the door, and there's a dude that works there that's kind of like a bouncer, that's like a super, I don't know what he was, and Sellers is like, I'm writing comedy, I'm going over the script, and all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, and it's like his assistant. He's like, there's some weird geezer outside says Michael Bentine sent him. Oh, well, by all means, send him in. If Bentine sent him, because in the beginning there were 4 of them. Bentine was Professor Pureheart. He was this weird posh character, but once the Goon Show starts going, Bentine leaves to do his own thing, and then Nettie Seagoon is created, and all the other characters, but Nettie being the central character, where before it was Professor Pureheart from Michael Bentine or one of the other weirdos that he played. So this guy comes out of the thing, and one of the first things that he goes, that's the guy. Peter's too fat to be this guy. There's no way this can be Peter. And that's because his mom was always feeding him. Oh, hey, make me something to eat. So she doted over him a lot. And then once his mother dies, he's kind of lost. And now, yeah, he's famous and he's getting all these things. But like you said, there is no Peter Sellers. He's just other people. And he picks up superstitions, and he picks up, what was it? He caused all kinds of trouble on Dr. Strangelove because when Sellers couldn't, like, he can't be mad at Kubrick, and he can't go to war with Kubrick. So I'm going to pick this assistant from so-and-so that did this one thing by accident, and I'm going to blow it up into this entire war with this person because I can't get it. This other Sellers was like that. He was incredibly passive. I mean, as much as I love the guy for being a comedian, dude, that guy, I don't... You never should meet your heroes. I don't want to meet Ben Franklin. I don't want to meet George Washington. I don't want to meet Peter Sellers. I don't want to meet Dwight Eisenhower. It's not, I don't want to meet Spider-Man. He's got too many issues. So Sellers kind of personified. He did this one thing in the military where he literally, like, dressed up as a superior officer. And he could have been not only court-martialed, but fucking shot. For
that's
doing
major. No.
It's different in the Her Majesty's Royal Army. And he was like, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And Sellers was the kind of guy that pulled it off. He used comedy to get himself to where he was. So they don't meet. They meet in the service, but they don't really become friends until later. And Seacom, Milligan, and Bentine hang out a lot more than Sellers because Sellers is kind of a social climber. If anything, he's kind of the John Lennon of their group, where he inspires Milligan and the other two, but he's out for himself. He really, I mean, if the Goon Show becomes famous, hey, that's great. But if it doesn't, I still made all these contacts. So they kind of like get the show through a contact of Sellers, and then they make the show and it becomes a big thing. But before the show, Peter has a normal job, but he's also hiring himself out at birthday parties and events as a percussionist / impressionist, where he had an act where he would play his drum kit and then stop and then do a bunch of famous impersonations and then play some more drums and then work the crowd and do some impersonations and then go back to the drums. And so he was already doing show business before the Goon Show took off. Sorry, I went way deep on British humor in the 1950s fine. There.
I think we're almost out of time.
Oh, if you guys are getting tired, yeah. I had a second wind, so. Rob? He's muted.
Yeah, I'm getting to be that pumpkin, and Fenner has been sitting next to me giving me the wolf's haroon.
Are you done yet? Okay. Fair enough.
Gretchen is snoring quite diligently on her leather chair.
If I didn't have to be up at 4 a.m, I'd go all night. But
there you go.
Well,
life interrupts. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. You could have watched anybody, but you decided to watch us, and we do appreciate you for that. Please like and subscribe. Never really know how much that means until you're doing this, and you're like, holy crap, like and subscribe, Jesus Christ. So, yes, episode 46 was a complete success, even though we had a lot of technical difficulties in the beginning. Terribly sorry about that, but it'll be hopefully in 2 pieces on YouTube and Rumble. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a blissful night. And again, we'll see you on Saturday at Rob the Blacksmith's house, 8 a.m. Phoenix Mountain Time. We'll be there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Take care, gentlemen.
Metal for life.
Metal for life. What does it say? If you can't be good, don't get... What is it?
So if you can't be good, don't get caught.
There you go.
I got a Mae West quote for you.
Ooh.
If you can't be a good example, be a horrible warning.
Be a horrible warning. I love her. My favorite is, but I'm a nice man. Oh, I like nice men. They make good pets. Hey!
I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have. Now you know better now. Smart men don't get married. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great night. I'm going to stop
All
now.
right.
Thank you.
Good night,
Bye,
guys.
gentlemen.